Right. This is another boxing talk here with Michael Johnson, boxing talk and more. Sherlock Holmes extraordinaire, detective extraordinaire, does reporter's job way better than they do extraordinaire. Not
Right.
reporters, but investigative journalists or these journalists, whatever they are. You do more work behind the scenes than Dan Raphael.
I don't know. I don't think he. I don't think he does any work. I just think
Exactly.
everybody just gives him. Everybody gives him the information. Like it's not like he's digging around or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to go through and try to figure out anything, even though he has the money to do. You know, like I'm gonna put it to you like this: if I had the money, if I had the bread, I would literally I would literally um I would literally pay a PI to follow around motherfuckers in the WBC and so many sanctioning bodies. That's what I would do. I would literally that's what I would do. And then you could really call it investigative journalism because there's something up with these guys. It just seems like every day is something new. We've been talking about this for a very long time, and I'm pretty sure from the history of boxing, people have been talking about how these guys out of nowhere or retired guys just automatically um, get bumped up before other people, or bumped up of the night of the fight, or the week of the fight, or the month of the fight, and stuff like that. So I think that I think somebody need to go and pay a couple racks and find some fishiness going on. So I'm pretty sure there's some.
Yeah. Yeah. Shoot, what else was I gonna say? Uh yeah, the agenda. What else are we?
Yeah, so Scott Alexander is supposed to be fighting. Well, Luis Ortiz is supposed to be fighting Scott Alexander. Scott Alexander is a guy back in 2019. Scott Alexander was actually a likely opponent for Povetkin, and it didn't go. I don't know why it didn't go through,
Mhm.
but um, but now he's fighting him, and you know, as you said earlier, Scott Alexander and a couple of these guys, they have something in common. They have fought um, uh, a couple of other guys that they have. Like you got Travis Kaufman, that dude.
Yeah. This is a bit better than the Kaufman fight, I would say, because
Yeah,
Alexander is younger, he's faster.
yeah. He got like a little majority decision over
Right.
Travis Kaufman got a majority decision
I think about
over him.
3-4 years ago. So it's not what's the thing? It wasn't versus a recent Kaufman. It was somebody.
Yeah.
It was a Kaufman that was still guessing his prime. He was still in his prime.
And then Travis Kaufman got knocked out, got TKO'd by Otto Wallin.
Yeah, I saw that, but I think he looked out of shape and he had messed up his shoulder. I don't know. It didn't look like
Yeah,
he was
it
real.
didn't. Yeah, you ain't lying about that one.
Yeah.
And then he also got knocked out by Louis King Kong Ortiz.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think he was more in shape for that fight, but I think he just was not on Ortiz's level. I think that's all that was.
and then Amir Mansour got a majority decision against him,
Hmm.
and then Chris Arreola got a no contest, or I
Yeah,
forget.
it was. I just saw it. It was a no decision.
Yeah,
Areola
there it is.
tested positive, but it was a close fight because Kaufman knocked Areola down twice.
That's crazy.
I think. Let
Hey,
me.
isn't that the fight that he hurt? Is that the shoulder? Was
Nah.
it
Well, maybe. I don't know, but this was 5 years ago. I think. Let me pull this up here. All right. So he knocked him down in the Right. Yeah. This was 2015, December 2015. He knocked him down in round three, and I think he knocked him down twice in round three. But it was 113, 114, 114, 113, 113, 114 twice. So he basically missed by a point.
Hmm.
But what were you
Hmm.
saying? I forgot what you just said.
No, I was just saying. I thought it was. It could have been a shot. I'm not even gonna
the
say.
shoulder.
I don't know what it was. I was just speculating. But you know, it might end up. Who knows? But man, that you know, how old is this dude?
Kaufman, I know, is probably like 36 or 37. I'm thinking
37. 30. Got 37 bouts.
Okay.
He's born in 85, so he about he born in 85, so
30.
he should be about
35.
85. Yeah, 35 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, he's about 35 years old. So you know, if he coming, I don't know, man, through all this COVID and shit. I hope he's been in the gym.
Yeah.
I hope he's been in the gym, because if he hasn't been in the gym after his last couple performances, man, I don't see this. I see this as just being like the same thing. Well, a little bit better than what Daniel Dubois did.
Yeah. It could be. I didn't ask you this, and I don't know why I didn't, or it's never come up. How much do you think Ortiz has left? Because it's weird, because him versus who was it? The Christian Hammer. I thought he lost a step. But in Wilder Ortiz too, he looked solid. You know, not amazing, but he didn't look like he had aged. So what's, how much do you think that he
How
has
much do I
left?
think? I think he's going to keep boxing until he stops. There probably ain't too much he can do. You know, he can't go back home to his native to the island. He can't go back there, right? So since he can't go back there and stuff like that, his English ain't well.
Right.
So you know, as far as him getting jobs and stuff like that, I don't know what he can do. Maybe, you know, if he's in Florida, so that
He's got a nice house.
that counts. He's in Florida, so that
He has
counts.
a nice house and toys now. He got payday.
You know what I'm
last
saying
time
is,
out. Uh-huh.
is that since he's in Florida, a lot of people over there they speak. A lot of people over there don't speak. They speak multiple languages over there. So, you know, if he's in a certain spot, he can get a job doing something. But you know, I think this is all he know. You know, I could be wrong with that. I'm not insinuating that boxing is all he knows and stuff like that. But I think he's going to keep boxing, man. Probably well until he's 45, 46, almost 50. I think especially looking at the Wilder performance, I didn't think that he looked at bad. He came in to fight tip top
He
shape.
looked solid. Yeah, he was in shape, and he didn't move around like he did maybe 10 years ago. But I mean, I thought he was doing good. He looked way better in the Wilder fight than he did in the Hammer fight.
Yeah, I think this is probably the best he looked since he was in his 20s. You know what I'm saying?
I say he looked even better. He looked trimmer than in the first Wilder fight.
And I think you know, and when he fought Wilder, I think that fight should trigger something in people. Is like, you know, because if I was him, I would feel like I had to fight in the bag. You know what I'm saying? I had this dude hurt. I couldn't get rid of him, but I made some mistakes trying to get rid of him. And you know, I put it to you like this: not a lot of heavyweight fighters even have power enough to rock these guys like this with one punch. And so that messes up their game a lot. What's up, Laws? That messes up their game a lot, because if you get in a fight and you're like a Jermaine Franklin and you can't finish a guy, and you're a heavyweight fighter and you got to go and all your fights is going to go to distance, you know what I'm saying? And you're fighting somebody that has that one punch knockout power, you better hope that come the 8th round, you still got stamina to keep your hands up and keep your head off center and stuff like that, and not get knocked out. Because look at Dillian White.
Yeah.
And that could have been him getting knocked out. That could have been because he overexerted himself trying to get him out of there, and it didn't work out. And then the next round, you know, he goes towards the ropes and gets uppercutted.
Mm-hmm.
And then when like I try to tell folks, man, that night, speaking about that knockout, I told folks, man, the motherfucker was training for that fucking uppercut, and he tried that uppercut like 3-4 times before he landed it. So that's the heavyweight division for you, man. This is not like the, you know, you're getting there with in these lower weight classes, and you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that, and you know, and you got orthopedic gloves on, like Deep Style like to say, and you're Floyd Mayweather, and you're not putting nobody away. You know, you better hope you got stamina. But yeah, back to these fights that's coming up, man. Like you said earlier, we got the Charlos.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one.
We got Ugas.
Oh yeah, let's start with the Ugas first. What do you think? Run of the mill performance here for him?
Yeah,
right.
I'm not, brother. He got to do what he got to do, man.
Business as usual.
Yeah, he gotta do what he got to do. I mean, the guy he's fighting, he got some fights under his belt. I think this fight is gonna be like they're gonna have around the same amount of fights though. But I just don't, you know, the guy he's facing, he has some a significant amount of TKOs and KOs ratio. He has a pretty good amount. So he's been getting guys up out of there. You know, I'm not gonna go into the types of competition that he's been facing and stuff like that, but you know, he's going this. Like I said, man, some of these guys, Foul Player, what's happening?
What's going on, Stormy? I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, Stormy in?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see him. My bad. What's up, Stormy?
What's up, man? Do they serve sandwiches here?
I wish we did.
What's going on, fellas?
Oh, not much.
Not much. Just debriefing what's going on these past couple of days, I guess, and the future.
Yeah. I just hope that old boy just gets in there. Abel gets in there and actually fucking does something. You know, does something. But you know, like I said, like these guys, some of these guys, like Ugas and stuff like that, man. These guys, they're not coming in there to go the distance, and if they need be, they can go the distance. So I hope Abel during this COVID, because this COVID shit, man, it'll fuck you up. Some of these cats, man, they ain't been doing what they supposed to, and they know they need to check. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear no excuses, because Melissa St. Ville, she put a fucking boxing ring in her backyard. She said, ain't nobody gonna catch me slipping.
Ortiz did too.
Yeah, ain't nobody gonna catch me fucking slipping. So you don't need a gym to fucking keep your ass in shape. But you do need your team to make sure that you're doing the right shit. You know what I'm saying? To make sure your form is right, to make sure your study game is right, to make sure that you have actually have a solid game plan. You know what I'm saying? And making sure that the accomplishments in your training camp is being accomplished. But you could at least fucking get them windpipes up, because I'm tired of seeing this mess. I'm tired of seeing these guys get in here and they looking like a bum straight off the motherfucking beach, asking for a sandwich.
Yeah. And I'll just touch on Foul Player's point. Just, you know, doubling back over here to what you said about Dillian. Dillian plods along in every fight just like that. The man is ass cheeks. Only sporting icons, and Michael Johnson, who owns signed Dillian gloves, cap for him.
That motherfucker. I don't own no goddamn signed Dillian White gloves. Better cut that shit out. Yeah, but back to Dillian White, man, is like the strength on his jab is he got some strength on his jab, but that shit is slow. That shit is slow. And then he throws a lot of, oh shit, goddamn it, Tyrone. Oh, there you is. I thought you jumped off. No, you didn't.
No.
And then you know he throws a lot of weak jabs, like
Throwaway punches.
yeah. And I'm just like, and when I was watching the fight, I was kind of pissed off at Povetkin because he didn't slip none of them. When he I don't even believe that Dillian White even threw a jab when he got knocked out with that uppercut.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't even think he threw a jab when he got caught with that uppercut, but I think that's what Pads was trying to do. But it landed. But I just don't understand how you're gonna be a heavyweight boxer. I don't want to hear anybody say how many fights the man got or anything like that. But you can't come up in there with Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury, Louis King Kong Ortiz, Deontay Wilder with that type of shit. Good body work though.
Yeah. What do you have to say about it, Stormy?
About Dillian White?
Yeah, that's not, I guess, not already been said or anything new or whatever you want to say, really.
Well, I know I saw that video clip that I think it was Blood Boxing put up of him. He's back in the gym training or whatever. And
I think that's good.
Huh?
I think that's good.
Well, I didn't like how he looked on the bag, man. It's
Stormy, it's the same jab.
Yeah.
It's the same jab.
Not how, yeah, I was saying it's good that he's back in the gym. I didn't even really look at the bag work.
No, he looks, you know what?
The same.
I've no, not the same. Because I can't say that I've seen him training a lot. But just from what I saw, the clip that Blood had posted, man, I'm gonna tell you something. This guy, his form is all off. He's leaning over on his front foot too much, which is why he caught that uppercut against Povetkin in the first place. And it's like, where is the teaching? Where is someone, you know, even at this stage, you're going to get back in there? How about getting in there and start doing some things the correct way? You know what? It's a recipe for disaster, bro. It's a recipe for disaster because he doesn't look to me anywhere near polished, okay? And for him supposedly fighting at the top of the sport, he should be looking a lot better than what he looks like. He looks like a guy that trains himself.
Damn.
And
off of YouTube.
and I've seen guys in the gym, amateur guys, look far better, much better form and everything. And I'm talking about heavyweight guys. I don't like what I see. And it really speaks to why his last fight ended like it did. It will happen time and time again. What's the definition of insanity? There you go.
Over and over again.
Yeah,
expecting a different result. There you go.
That's one thing I like about that's the only thing I like about not having a crowd, because you can hear a mosquito fart in that motherfucker. And when you hear these corners and shit, Dillian White's corner told him.
That's a good point. That is a really good point.
For real. I mean, I didn't like how that one PBC card did it, because they had like the fake the fake crowd noise.
The same thing the NBA does, and
yeah, they got to get rid of that shit.
Yeah,
yeah, I'm trying to hear what's going on.
I like what's been going on, and like what we saw at Candyland and all this. You really hear what Stormy's been talking about, how these trainers are shit, because you hear him.
Nah, his trainer, Dillian White's trainer told him. Dillian White's trainer was like, keep your balance. I'm like, how the fuck is this? How does this motherfucking dude with these long ass arms that drag on the ground can keep his balance? He ain't been able to keep his balance. We ain't never seen a fight with Dillian White to where he didn't go off he did not go off balance. Like, throw a punch in a situation to where if the fighter was more worried about slipping punches, and he would have they would have killed him. They would have killed him. Like, you know, I'm not saying I'm not saying that Dillian White is just like this overall trash fighter and stuff like that, because he's been in there with some good guys and happened to get him up out of there. But I'm not gonna sit up over here and say that he can get rid of everybody, because that shit is not motherfucking happening. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I want to say this, Mike. It really speaks on the competition, the level of opposition out there. There's not a lot of great stuff happening. It's not in this across the sport, not just in the heavyweight division. And you hear me talking about it all the time, where I say that these guys, and please understand when I say this, I'm being very sincere. I'm not saying it for shock value or to make fun or to get you guys to laugh or whatever. But the teaching, it is so poor today that these guys, even at the top of the sport, there are things happening that shouldn't be happening. Anthony Joshua was not supposed to get knocked out by Andy Ruiz Jr. He was not. He could lose a decision to Andy Ruiz Jr., but he wasn't supposed to get knocked out by the guy. No. Why did he get knocked out? He got knocked out because what he had to offer offensively, he never really picked up on how to protect himself while also engaging. And if you look at it, because Ruiz's hand speed was so much more quicker than they may have anticipated, that's why it ended with the result that it did. But don't forget his fight against Povetkin. Povetkin was touching him.
Yeah.
Okay. But Anthony is a lot bigger than Povetkin, who is an aging fighter and who really relied upon single shots, not necessarily combinations. And Andy made up for that space with combinations. You've heard Evander Holyfield said that's what really made him realize he needed to retire, because a guy like Andy Ruiz, he couldn't keep up with him in the gym because Andy was throwing combinations and the hand speed was so quick. And Holyfield was 40 plus years old. So it's like all of this, the truth is right in front of your face and nobody wants to acknowledge it. But I keep talking about it. The teaching is piss poor, and you're seeing these guys aren't at the level that they should be at. You know what I'm saying? They're like a rung or two beneath the previous generation. And that's bad because of the schooling, the education. He should not have these balance problems how many fights into his pro career. You know what I'm saying? He shouldn't be having that. When he got knocked out by Povetkin, his feet were together. His ankles might as well have been tied up and bound. You know, so it's like, when is he going to fix that? How do you fix that? I know how to fix it, but it's like it shouldn't have been there in the first place. So you know, you're going to see more of this. And I said it in a recent stream. I said, that's why these titles, they change hands every few fights. This is probably why the guys don't want to fight each other, because they figure, well, probably in my next title or defense or whatever, I'm going to lose it. So I just want to wait and hold out. At least I could say I had it for 3 years and I fought 2 times. Think about Anthony Joshua. I said this before on a stream with you brothers. I said, he has not improved since he won his first title. He hasn't gotten any better. He's the same Joe. You know, when a fighter improves, you see different wrinkles of how he's able to go about getting someone out of there, how he goes about winning rounds, how he goes about shutting down his opponent's offense and things like that. You've seen none of that from Anthony Joshua. And I think he was, 24, 25 when he won the title? He's already 30 years old.
Yeah.
So you're not seeing progress. You're only seeing a guy who's fighting maybe once a year now and everything. And he could say, yeah, I had the title for X amount of time. But how many fights and defenses did he have in that time? And he took a loss. So it's like, there's no progress here. And anyone that thinks different, they're lying to themselves.
Law said Dillian White fucked up big time by getting rid of Mark Tibbs and bringing in David Caldwell. He's a shit trainer. He also goes to say that David Caldwell was in Tony Bellew corner against Pusick. And when Bell was getting beat up, he had no B plan for Tony Bellew. Then Tony Bellew got iced off Usyk. Yeah. I mean, but you know, that's just the way it is. I mean, that's not nobody's fault but Tony's. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like people got to understand is that these fighters they want to come off as being these smart guys, these smart individuals and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, we see it time and time and over and over again. These fighters getting suckered into situations that they should never have been in. You know what I'm saying? And you know, when you look at Dillian White's performance, when you that performance is not just on one particular trainer's hand, because at the end of the day, one guy comes in and has to fix whatever the motherfucker just did with this motherfucker for the last couple of years. He got to unfix that shit. Then not only that, if you can't unfix that shit, he just gonna make the situation worse. And that's how your fighter ends up on the fucking canvas sleeping. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm not gonna sit up over there and blame it on one coach. I think it's but I know down for sure, you know, this was inevitable. And you know, Dillian White, he's probably just not listening. He probably don't want to train and do certain things. You know what I'm saying? He used to throwing kicks, elbows, and knees and shit. He probably already thought he had this shit in the bag, and he got in there and got knocked out. He said it before. These fighters keep saying it. 40-year-old this. I have this title. I have that title. Blah, blah, whoop. That's probably the shit that other people pump in their head to tell them that they better than what they think they is, so they can boost their fucking confidence up. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time is, you know, make a few motherfucking dollars. But I don't think they gave a fuck about this dude, because if anybody in their right damn mind would have been saying, Dillian White, you're a good enough fighter, especially since you out here in the UK, to be fucking around with somebody like Edward Hearn. It's okay to do a fight every now and again with the dude, but year after year after year after year after year, and you getting the same results. You've been every time this dude stepped up in crunch time. This fight was crunch time. The second fight is going to be crunch time again. Every time you step up in the crunch time, you come out with the same results. Not only do you come up with the same results, you have the same offense and you have the same defense. I don't want to hear nothing about no damn jab, because that jab needs to go. I don't want to hear nothing about those body shots, because those body shots are too slow. It's too slow. And guess what? You're going to get up in there with somebody with fast hands. You better hope it ain't in shape Andrew Ruiz, and they're going to tear that ass up. I mean, that's just how that's just the dude ain't setting nothing up. He just throwing shit and hoping and praying to God that it lands. And then you know how, man, I felt sad for the dude. This is why I felt sad for Dillian White. In that video, when Edward Hearns was doing that interview, when he popped up and he said, yeah, man, let me get this and this and that. It had me thinking like, sorry, boss. Sorry, Massa. I sure is sorry. I didn't mean to come up in here, Massa, and Oz was winning, Massa. Can I get that rematch again, Mr. Candyland? You know what I'm saying? Like, get that shit out of here. Get that shit out. And then you go on an apology tour with all this shit. I don't know. Maybe it woke this nigga up now. Maybe it woke his bitch ass up now. But he sure wasn't woke before this, because, well, shit, I can't even say that, because it's not the first time nigga got knocked out. I can't even say that. And you're still doing the same thing. You just got lucky that you ain't fought nobody on this. Oh, you ain't. Well, see, you should have lost against Joseph Parker, but God bless them motherfucking refs, the ref and them judges. Yeah. And you dicked around fighting the right dudes. Then all of a sudden you fight somebody. Yeah, he 41, but guess what? He knew how to box way better than you. So I don't know what y'all got to say.
Hey man, you didn't say anything wrong there as far as I'm concerned. You know, you didn't say anything wrong. I just think that w- at the end of the day, if we get down to being honest with ourselves, stop putting some of these guys on pedestals that they haven't even set foot upon. It's like I can't give credit. It's almost like the guy who has bullshitted his way through class for an entire semester and think he's going to ink by and pass on. I'm that teacher that's going to be like, no, you're going to have to do this one again. Huh?
Mm.
And everybody going to be mad and everything, but scratch your behind and get glad, because by the second time around, you will know the material. Either that or you're going to be an imbecile. See, that's the thing. And here in the sport where your life is literally on the line, why are people, accepting such mediocrity? And why are the men who are participating allowing it? Because I want to be taken care of. I want to make sure that I'm at my best. I want to make sure I'm getting the best of care and teaching and things like that, so I can go out and be the best that I could be. You know what happens? People become jaded when they see the dollar signs.
Yeah.
And that compromises principles. But if you're a person of principle, you'll understand that everything has its place, its pecking order. And if you are on a path or trajectory toward becoming the best, wouldn't the money still be there at the end of the rainbow? Because you're going to pass everyone else up, right? Who are not doing their best, who have compromised their principles, who have rested on their laurels and decided to cheat and not be the best they can be, and this, that, and the third. So it's like, there you go.
Yeah. I mean, I don't understand. Is like why. I mean, I get it with the COVID and stuff like that, and people want to hoard some of these fucking fights for later and shit like that, because that's what I think they're really doing. They're just hoarding these fights for later, so they won't, so they can have something else for later, because of them ticket sales. That's extra added income, but at the same time, is you still have to give us as consumers the fights that we want. And if you don't give us the fights that we want, you're going to be walking around. You're going to be looking like kind of like Keith Thurman. People are going to start forgetting about you, or remember what you did during this COVID, and fought some cruiserweight, some career cruiserweight or something like that, like what Daniel did. I just would like it for these guys to just get up in there and put the fans first sometimes, and take a little pay cut for the long run, because the long run is going to be. I put it like this: if Wilder can sit up over here and tell everybody to bet on themselves, right? Bet on yourself, and then the last 4 or 5 years of you being the talking point in the sport of boxing, you haven't done anything significant. Everything that you have been doing hasn't been working out in your favor over and over and over again. And you ain't been getting the fights because of you think that this is the best route to go. You know what I'm saying? They just gonna have to fight somebody. You got Luis King Kong Ortiz fighting Scott Alexander. You got what's his name? What's that motherfucker's name? Gervonta Davis and Leo Santa Cruz and Crawford and little man all out here bitching and moaning and stuff like that, when they could have, if they was really adamant about making these fights, they would have just done this shit behind the scenes. Now it does look like Crawford is fighting Kell Brook.
Yeah.
Charlos is giving us some work.
That's a good fight. I think the Derevyanchenko fight is a good fight. I'm actually more excited for that fight than the Rosario one versus the little one.
Ugas, I'm like, I don't know, but I'm gonna watch it. Hopefully the fight comes out good. I don't think it is, but hopefully it comes out good. You know, the list goes on and on. I mean, there's other fights that's coming up that I probably forgot to mention, but you know, I just wish it was competitive. Like, I'm watching the fight to be entertained. I can't be entertained with Canelo and Rocky Fielding.
Exactly.
I don't care if it's COVID or not. Like, you know, yeah, I can see why certain things would go the way they go. If even if it don't make sense to me, sometimes I can see that because some of these boxers and these promoters and this shit, they just got some weird fetish with dicking the fight fans around, right along with these boxing safety commissions, right along with all these other cats. Like, you know, it's gonna come a point in time to where, you know, I heard CBS is getting back into boxing, but there's gonna come a point in time to where, you know, CBS getting back into boxing. So
Without
Showtime,
what's gonna happen to Showtime then?
Probably keep it
Okay.
because they probably still got contracts with somebody else. But anyways, they can fix that contract shit. They got bread. They got bread and mouthpieces and connects and stuff like that. They could shake hands and make shit happen if they really wanted to. But that's not a good. That might not be a good thing for the zone to have another fucking network on the block. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know, that ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm here to watch good fights.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm here to watch good, solid ass fights, and they're too far in between, right? Wouldn't y'all say? Good fights is too far in between. Like, we don't get them.
Yeah, few and far between. Yeah.
We can even talk about last year. Yeah, we had some good.
Hey, Mike, before you go any further, check this out. What you just said. That's the title for my Friday night chop session this evening. It's Boxing Needs Super Fights.
Yeah.
That's the title for my show this evening.
And remember we were talking about that other shit. Then I'm gonna read some of these comments for you, Tyrone, if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, thanks. You're doing me a favor.
Just
tell me which ones to put up on the screen.
Okay. We talk about this after ringside boxing MXBC. What's happening after ringside last comment?
Okay.
That one. That'll work. We talked about this thing a long time ago, and a lot of these fighters, Tank Davis, Clarissa Shields, Melissa St. Ville, Serrano, E-Bunny, even Charlos, Crawford, a lot of these guys need to be fighting on a big ass motherfucking under a big ass motherfucking main event, either as either as a co-main event or just, you know, the fight before the co-main event, the fight before the main event. A lot of these guys should have been doing that. And the reason why I say that is because, really, to tell you the truth, how are you supposed to be or want to be this pay-per-view person, right? This is what you want. You want to get 500, 600, a million pay-per-views, right? But how are you supposed to do that when nobody really knows you? You haven't created a buzz for boxing to make people want to tune into these pay-per-views. Because when we watch the pay-per-views, it's like one or two fights. I said one or two fights. So when another $75, when another 40 was, because I think one of them was 45 last year, something like that. Another one's like 70, 80. So how do you want, like, you got students out there. You got real life students out there that got to work a job, that like boxing, like Tyrone. How do you want him to get off the Stream app and pay $45, $75, $85 just for fucking one fight?
Right.
Because all you guys are too greedy and too stingy to do what needs to be done. You're still going to get fucking paid. You could do it to where, hey man, I hook you up. You hook me up one time, and you know what I'm saying. If we want to do it again, we could do it again. You know what I'm saying? Do this. Go over there, fight with Clarissa Shields. Y'all do a main event, co-main event. Go on up over there, do a co-main event with that person. Create a buzz. Get fighters that want to sit up over there and fight under your undercard because they know the money is coming. You see what I'm saying? Nobody knows the money is coming because y'all can't sell no pay-per-views because y'all ain't giving the consumers substance. Now let's get to what the pimpin' had to say. Dave Caldwell, I think, has never had a world championship boxer. Only Tony Bellew, who has never a real world champion. He won a Vega title. He had free cracks at winning world titles and got iced off. Yeah, I don't think anybody holds. I think people even laugh at him beat David Haye.
That was bullshit.
I mean, if I was him, I couldn't take that. I would. You beat a handicapped motherfucker. You beat a motherfucker up in a wheelchair. That's what you did. We saw. Well, granted, the first fight, yeah, that's not his fault. That's not his fault. He blew his Achilles. But we saw the way David Haye looked walking to the ring. We saw the way David Haye looked in the first round, and we knew you can't drag a dead leg in the ring.
Remember before that one, he tried to step to Wilder. Well, he didn't step. He was more like social distancing with Wilder. But he was like, I beat the most dangerous heavyweight. They have made themselves believe these falsehoods from their king, Eddie Hearn.
Oh, yeah. Then everybody forgets. Like, oh, damn, Deontay Wilder hugged me and I just felt the power. I was like, no, I ain't fighting him. I'm like, yo, punk, sissified ass motherfucker. Like, you beat the most dangerous heavyweight, but you don't want to get in the ring with him?
He has more power than you and all this.
That's why you retired.
That's why he didn't fight in the Super Series. He just waited for the winner and cashed out.
Yeah, see, they should never done that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they should never done it like that. They should have had everybody up in that hole.
Right.
Laws D also says that 3 times Nathan Clevery 1, Adonis Stevenson 2.
That was my
Usyk
favorite
3. Laugh it out. But over here, Sky Sports and the British media think Dave Caldwell is God. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Are you serious? You know what somebody told me? Some idiot told me on Twitter that that Usyk got more skills than Evander Holyfield.
What?
Yeah.
Now that woke me up, right?
What?
Evander is my favorite fighter, man.
And he went, Stormy, we went back and forth for like 10, 12 posts. And I'm like scratching my head, like, because I want clarification. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like thinking in my head, I was like, damn, this dude ain't even thinking where Holyfield even came from in boxing. Like he accomplished more in the era in actually strong cruiserweight division. Not the shit that Paducci was in. Not that one. I need to stop calling that dude that. He ain't never done me no wrong. But yeah, what was you saying, Stormy?
No, it's just like that would be like saying now that Povetkin is better than Mike Tyson because of what he did to Dillian White.
Oh my God!
You see, that's how ridiculous that sounds.
Yeah. And
Usyk may have won the cruiserweight division and unified, or if he became undisputed, because I don't even follow the guy. That's how weak he is to me. Dang. But anyway, he may have had some accomplishment, but you just heard me say in the opening of this conversation that, or at least my participation in this conversation, you heard me say about how piss poor things are. So it's like I wouldn't be banging my chest amongst what's happening today until the other guys raise their game. You understand?
Yeah.
What we're discussing, bro.
I was out there today.
Oh, just hold up. Just let Stormy fan finish. Then we get into that.
If I were out there competing today myself, or even if I had a prodigy that was out there and I'm behind him and we're guiding his career, I would tell him, keep your feet on firm foundation and ground. you speak it. You speak the truth. Until these guys can raise the level of their game, we will not know how good any of us are. And the best way to start doing that is getting in that gym, doing what you're supposed to do, discipline-wise with that, and then fighting one another. That's how you find out. But
Right.
what has Usyk done? Not very much. But there's a landscape of guys out here in this division that he's moved up to. They'll test his mettle, but he's got to get in the ring with him.
Now we were just talking about this some dude. Well, it's not even some dude. It was a couple of them that really and it's just propaganda. Like Tyrone said, we all know what it is. Like I don't even believe like some of these accounts are even real. A lot of these guys don't even show their face. They don't have one picture of themselves on their Twitter page. So it's kind of hard to even listen to this shit. But when you say that a guy that was that mowed through the whole cruiserweight division, moved up to heavyweight, and then has solid performances and solid accomplishments on his way of doing so, and has made it. I would assume that they would already put his ass in the Hall of Fame, but you can't say Usyk is more skilled than Evander. You out of your rabbit ass mind.
I ain't going shit. Evander Holyfield was the unified champion, undisputed champion for about 6 years. Usyk won one fight. He ain't done shit, bro. Usyk beat some bum to win a fight. He went to Eddie Hearn, Matchroom. The reason he went to Matchroom, he couldn't earn any money. Holyfield and Usyk are completely different entities. This is like discussing our galaxy, which is the Milky Way, and some fucking bare off shit in the middle of nowhere, bro. Listen, I'm not from England. You're talking Jamaican white man here. You're talking bullshit if you're going to discuss Evander Holyfield with me with fucking Usyk. That little punk has got a small little cock, bro. And don't do shit to do shit. Holyfield was a multiple champion. He had about 20 defenses at cruiserweight. He had about 26 defenses at heavyweight. Come on, bro. It's a non-entity. It's not even a discussion. Your man is like a lot of boxers now. He was a good fighter, Usyk. I'm not going to deny him his fame, but I'm going to fucking knot him off. He's a bitch, bro.
And a lot of people think like, people are hating on particular fighters. We're not hating. We're just critiquing what we see. And
yeah, but you live in an environment, you live in a toxic environment in the USA where it's white versus it's toxic here. I actually think where I live is worse than you, but come on, man, Usyk's a bum, bro.
Like I said, I was saying this before.
Yeah, we were saying that. It's just somebody sent Michael a comment saying that Usyk was better than Holyfield, and Michael was
No,
yeah,
there's none of that.
what's going on? What's up, Laws?
What's up, Laws? So
Yeah, I'm good. You?
we great, great. I ain't got a
Good.
drink, but I'm gonna try to get one. So
I'll shoot off, man. I'll shoot off if I'm bothering you, Chandler.
so
No, it's fine. You can stay on here.
no, I said I wish I had one, but like I was saying, it's like damn, I forgot what I was saying, man. Because all you guys, what was we talking? We talking about Usyk? Yeah,
Yeah, we
back
were
in,
talking about
like a
Usyk.
long time ago when Usyk was moving up to the heavyweight division. We weren't hating on the guy. We were
Come on,
all
man. Shit.
Hold up. We were all anticipating that hopefully he can spice the heavyweight division up and add another variable to it.
Do shit.
And then when Usyk came in there with old boy with that performance, either because of his surgeries, his elbow wasn't completely healed, whatever the case may be. If he was a step up in there, because he had he had his chance to fight Anthony Joshua. He didn't want to, right? Now he's going to have to wait to Pulev fights, and then after Pulev, he's going to get his shot. So, you know, I don't, and he better get some punching power up, man. He's going to have some punching power, and you know, hopefully, you know, when he gets up in there with Anthony Joshua
Guy, shit.
has a solid game plan, is not looking
No.
you know,
Usyk's
robotic
rubbish.
like he was in his last fight with Andrew Ruiz trying to fight off the back foot. It looked disgusting. It didn't.
Are you on about Anthony Joshua in the Ruiz fight?
No, I was just comparing some stuff. That's all.
No. You don't have to apologize, man. But the Ruiz fight with Joshua was you don't have to apologize because I'm from England. Don't.
No, I just said that's no. I didn't apologize.
No. But basically, the AJ fight and the Fury fight's 50-50. That's a 50-50 fight. That is. There's nothing much more to be said about it. They both want to win it. They're both up for it. They both want to destroy the other guy. So it is a 50-50 fight. I think it's a good fight, to be fair. So it is what it is. I don't rate them that highly. I think the last true heavyweight was Lennox Lewis. I don't really think Fury's good. And AJ, I think people are sleeping on AJ. I think they think he's shit, but I don't think he's that shit. I think they thinking that he's just gonna walk like a zombie in the ring. But you want to watch that? You want to watch that fight, man? I'm never ever wrong about a fight. 90% of my fight predictions are right. And do you want my prediction on the AJ Fury fight?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I don't even think that shit's gonna happen.
It will happen.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
I've got AJ beating Fury.
Same.
Yeah, I think AJ will knock him out within 6 rounds.
Yeah, I think he'll knock him out. I don't know about 6 rounds, but I definitely think AJ will knock him out.
I'm never ever wrong on a fight prediction. Like I'm 52 years old now. I look great. I've been to all the fights, everything. I've watched it all, and all the hype and that is around Fury versus AJ, and I get that. I get that. But I don't necessarily believe that, and I know that that's not true. Because AJ trains in the park, he goes running every day. They're trying to make out that AJ doesn't listen. AJ is what he is. He's a very basic guy. He does his training, does this. I think Fury fears that. I think he actually fears the fact that Anthony Joshua actually does keep to a regime. Do you understand what I'm saying? I think Fury's scared of that, and I think he knows that. And listen, color, I'm as white as you can get, you know. But I tell you what, I'm never wrong with the fight predictions, bro. I'm from the center of Birmingham. I'm as gangster as you can get. A lot more than you guys. And yeah, I am. Like, you wouldn't even compare, bro. But I tell you what, this rematch is not gonna go the way you think it is. People are saying that Fury's gonna walk him down. He's gonna do a Kronk style. He's gonna knock AJ out. Come on, bro. That guy's as big as you. Listen,
what rematch are you on about?
I'm on about the main fight with AJ. They're saying that Fury's gonna walk him down, and he's gonna go a Kronk.
I heard you say rematch.
No, not rematch. I'm on about the main fight.
No, you just said rematch. That's why I'm saying what rematch are you on about?
Oh, he's talking about the AJ Fury.
No, I'm not about rematch. I'm on about the main fight, bro. I'm not about rematch.
No, you just said rematch. That's why I'm saying what rematch.
He didn't mean to say rematch.
I didn't say rematch, bro. I didn't.
All I gotta say is I don't think that fight is gonna happen.
No, it will. It will.
Hold up. Let me finish. I don't think that fight is gonna happen. Anthony Joshua's gonna have 2 fights. Most likely, Fury's gonna have 2 fights, and I just don't see it happening.
It will happen. It will happen. Economics will make it happen. Everything in life is about economics, and
economics will make it happen, but also life will make it happen too. Make it not happen. So
it will.
I don't think it. We will see. And really, to tell you the truth, I really don't even care to even talk about that shit, because that fight is like way down the thing, way down the pipeline. We might not even see that until 2023. So
I will go.
We might
It'll
not
go
even
next year. That will.
We might not even see that fight until 2023.
No, go soon.
Because y'all, we gotta understand, it's gonna be both of these teams. Fighting over.
Mike.
It's gonna be both of these. It's gonna be both of these teams fighting over how this contract is gonna go down.
Go on, Lars.
Hold up.
Yeah,
hold up.
No, go on. You finish.
It's going.
No, go on, Lars.
No,
let him finish.
Yeah, like I don't know what's wrong with this dude. Come on in with this Patriot hat on.
Patriots hat. That's a nice hat.
So is because these guys they're not they all the contracts. We all know it's gonna be from the gloves to who's come out first to this, that, and the third, the water, all this type of stuff, the canvas, all this type of where the fight is going to be, all this stuff is going to pay an account for, man. You look at Edward Hearn, and then you got Fury, you got Bob Arum in there, and you got Frank Warren in there, then you got Anthony Joshua in there. So it's not just going to be just a cutting and drying thing. Then like I said, life. You know what I'm saying? You never know, because if Tyson Fury loses, he might not come back.
I don't think Fury's that good, to be honest. I don't think he's that great. I actually think that there's more hype around him than the actual ability that he is as a fighter, to be honest.
I think so.
Of course. Mike, I want to come back to what this guy's just said, but you just a major factor there, Mike.
Sorry to bother you, bro. Sorry to bother you.
Yeah, you're all right. You're forgetting one thing as well. Bob Arum plays a big part of this. This is a guy.
He does. Yeah.
This is a guy who's notoriously known for starving fights. The Manny Pacquiao, Mayweather, Shane Mosley, Mayweather.
Yeah.
That's part of being that's part of being a boxing promoter. So I think.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. This fight, I don't think this fight will happen next year. I think it will happen.
He won't. No, I think you're right. To be fair.
Yeah, I think it will happen, but I don't think we'll see it next year. Maybe 2022.
Yeah. And I think you're right. I'm from Birmingham. You from Manchester yourself?
Me, no. I'm from Staffordshire.
Oh, nice to meet you, mate. Nice to meet you.
You're welcome.
Like I said,
what part of Brum are you from?
Who, me?
Yeah, what part of Brum are you from?
I live in the centre. I'm from Borsley Green, mate.
Borsley Green. Yeah. I know where that is.
Do you think that the Fury fight will happen with Deontay then this year?
No, I think it'll be early next year. Me, that's just my opinion. I think
your opinion, yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll happen, but it's definitely got to happen because they're under contract. But I think it'll be early next year, maybe and that's back end of January.
And that's one of the things I keep trying to say that's the reason why I don't think that fight is going to happen, AJ and Fury, until 2023. And with that being said, what Lars just said, you can listen to what people negotiate on the streets with and stuff like that all day that you want to. But sometimes when people say certain things,
you're right.
Hold up. Sometimes when people say certain things, they're just trying to stall people out. They're just trying to make people feel uncomfortable. And also, we know that these guys are real keen on keeping their face out there in the public, and that's the reason why Tyson Fury is out there talking shit to WWF wrestlers and shit like that. My whole thing is this, you know, all these you. I put it like this. I don't know these guys' contracts and stuff like that, but I know there's a level of obligation. I know there's a level of dictatorship when it comes to the promoter and the fighter. And when you got one guy coming out here saying, that nah, if he doesn't want to have this fight by this time, blah blah whoop, I'm going to go over here and fight him, or he has until then, blah blah whoop. But everybody, you can't say that nobody, these promoters, including some of these boxers, don't want fans in the stadium. They don't want that extra money. You can't say that's not what they're looking for. That's why a lot of these guys, they held out so fucking long before they even started making these fucking fights. We waited, they held out so long. They already knew what to do. They already knew they can sit up over there and have a closed circuit and stuff like that. But they held out because they wanted the fans in there. That's the extra $20,000 of $20 million up over here in the States. If you have a fight in Las Vegas, or you have a fight in Madison Square Garden, these big ass fucking arenas, these nostalgic arenas, that's 20 million extra fucking dollars for a fight of that magnitude. You mean to think that he's gonna throw that shit in the trash and say, nah, we don't want that. We're gonna use some of our purse, take away our purse to pay the fighters on our card, pay for this, pay for that, blah blah whoop. No, they're not doing that. No, they don't. No, they're not doing. Tyson Fury looking at it too. Because if he gets in there with Wilder and gets his ass knocked out, because he knows this is a very dangerous fight. You did it once. Now can you do it again? And we all know in the back of his mind, he knows something was kind of funny with Deontay Wilder, but that's not his fault. So, like I said, these guys, they keep holding out. Even Edward Hearn just petitioned. I forget for which fight. He petitioned for, I think it is the Anthony Joshua fight. He just petitioned to the UK government to where they can, so for approval to bring fans into a stadium. So yeah, they want it. They want it. That's why they keep pushing back that date. That's why they ain't made a date yet.
Do you know what, Mike? They're all as bad as each other, man, because they all talk shit in the media. Yeah, what fight? Yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And nothing ever happens. The promoters are starving the fights, starving the fans are seeing great fights. The promoters are making fighters not fight each other. This fucking, to me, this is just my personal view. People over here talking about this AJ and fucking Fury fight, and BT keep on YouTube. BT keep putting on the fucking YouTube page little comments by Tyson Fury. Let's get it on. Get a pair of balls and take them out your handbag and shit like this. This AJ and Fury shit is exactly the same shit as the fucking Wilder and fucking Wilder and AJ shit. It's just a hyped up machine what's talked about for 2 or 3 years, and then nothing happens. I.e., one of the fighters will lose before we actually get to see the great fight that we should have seen. That's how I look at it. I take no notice of this shit no more.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't either, because every interview they do, they throwing that out there. Then not only that, you know, I just can't fucking sit up over here and get into something that's like so far out that anything can happen. Anything. Tyson Fury could be running on the trail again and twist his fucking ankle, which I think he lied about that. But I got to be able to prove that one, right? But I'm not gonna sit up over here and act like we can't see that shit. We've been you don't have to been watching boxing that long, paying attention to boxing that long. All you have to been watching boxing is within the last 2 years. And then just go back into articles and just keep looking. Like Law said, it's the same blueprint. Edward Hearn has the same blueprint for a lot of fighters. He like even with your boy Povetkin and White. We never heard Povetkin talk shit about anybody. Never. We never heard Povetkin talk shit about anybody. But what did Edward Hearn say? Oh, I don't know what Dillian White's going to do when he sees Povetkin. You know, we probably got to put some security in there. And it's like shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like,
fuck out of here.
And then people are all over social media talking about it. You know what I'm just
I know what he's gonna do when he see Povetkin lay down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Smooth.
Yeah, my bad. Salute, Stormy. I forgot to say salute to you, bro.
Hey, salute to you, Laws, man.
Smooth. Yeah, and it was. And you know what? That was. You know what? I mean, it's not like anybody is like wishing on people's downfall for no reason and shit, just to hate and shit like that. But he did it to himself. He did it to himself. Like when keeping it real goes fucking wrong. That's what that was. You know, Dillian White had everything. Dillian White could have fought Dominic Brazil. Just like all them other fights he was doing. The easy way out. And he didn't do it. But guess who he fought? Yeah. Alexander Povetkin, somebody he thought he was going to steamroll over because he was 41.
Yeah, facts, Mike. Facts. And he got fucking iced. But according to him, though, Ortiz was a fossil. And that was 2 years ago when he did that interview.
Yeah.
He said Ortiz was a fossil.
The only reason why he's... I'm sorry, Lance, go ahead.
No, go on. I was only going to say, and then 2 years later, he ended up fighting a fossil and getting iced. I
think the only reason why he said that was he didn't mean it. He said it because he wanted. That's the only way. It's like when you're talking to one of your mates back home, and you're talking to them, and y'all having a nice little conversation, and this motherfucker's like, "Yeah, I got one of those too." He's like, "Oh yeah, really?" He's like, "Yeah, man, you know." Then you say something else. He's like, "Yeah, I got one of them too. I did that before." Yeah. And then one time, you say you knocked out somebody. Then he say, "One time I hit somebody so hard I killed him." He's like you got to lie to kick it. He only said that shit because he knew people would believe that shit, and that's his way of trying to finagle his way out for not fighting the guy.
Yeah.
But it only worked with certain people, because to tell you the truth, if he would have fought Luis King Ortiz, if he would have fought him, the fight probably would have been nastier, because for some odd reason, Ortiz is older than Povetkin, but Ortiz still moves.
Yeah. Yeah.
He still can counter. Like,
I think that'd have been a good fight as well. I think it would have been better than a Povetkin fight, because I still think the same result would have happened. But I think Dillian White would have actually been a little bit more up for it. I still think the same result would happen. I definitely would 110. If I was to go to the bookies and put money on the bookies on that fight, I'd definitely put £100 down on Ortiz icing Dillian White, defo. But I think he might have been a little bit more active, because I just see that fight, Mike, as Dillian White was just, if you watch the fight, he was bullying Povetkin. He was doing everything right. But I don't know. I don't know whether he looked beyond Povetkin and was looking at the bigger picture, or he knocked him down twice and took his foot off the gas. And really, obviously, you should always look at your opponent, what's in front of you that night.
Yeah. I think
he ended up getting iced, didn't he?
Yeah, but we all seen this in boxing, man. It's like one of those things. Like you could be winning the fight the whole night, and then you get cleaned out. And I think sometimes that's just the form of strategy. It's like some of these guys, like, you know, they're willing to lose rounds because they know they know this is not about to go the distance. You know what I'm saying? Or they feel that because then again, Povetkin probably felt like he has no business trying to outwork him. You know what I'm saying? Because every time Povetkin tries to outwork somebody, the 6th round, it's a wrap. The 6th round is like, it's like, damn, them old man multivitamins just ran out, didn't it? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I just, you know, I always wish all these fighters the best and stuff like that. But like Stormy B Man was saying earlier, man, Dillian White, I think what he need to do is, you know, because he already fairly knows to throw punches. Okay, yeah, whoop-de-doo. But he need to get his footwork right. He need to get even in that fight, he's you know, leaning too forward. He tried to throw a hook, and what happened when he tried to throw the hook? He fucking damn near did a 360. What happens when he missed the shot to the body? Like it happened like 3-4 times because Povetkin was like, fuck that, this shit's starting to hurt. So what he did was every time because you can see it coming, he just backed the fuck up and tried to counter. But every time, guess what Dillian White did? He was stumbling over his feet, and because he was leaning, you know what I'm saying? And like Stormy was saying, like, you know, he was watching. I know you saw the video of Dillian White hitting the bag, right, Laws?
Yeah, I watched that. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure you saw it, Laws. And Stormy B Man observed it, and well, I was just looking at the jab, but Stormy B Man was looking at his stance.
Yeah, the guy's useless.
And Stormy B Man was saying that, you know, Dillian White's still leaning forward.
Yeah. He fights in a kickboxing stance, not in a
even in kickboxing, you ain't leaning forward.
Yeah, exactly.
Even in kickboxing, you're throwing punches. You was not about to lean forward.
Yeah.
And usually a lot of those guys, their stances are fairly high. They just tuck their chins.
Yeah. I know what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Usually their stances are kind of high, but they tuck their chins like a boxer. So they create that shell. So only thing you got to, you know, use the forehead. You know what I'm saying? Vander Holyfield style. But
do you know the thing with Dillian White, Mike? Dillian White would have been all right if he'd have kept his mouth shut all these years ago.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, at one time, 2-3 years ago, about 3 years ago, I actually liked Dillian White when he had that fight with AJ. You know, the build up to that, because he was
fucking 100%. That is what he just said.
He was a bad underdog, and no one liked him. But he earned his respect over here by wanting to fight people. But then when he got with Eddie, it just all went downhill. Then
I'm a bit different to him. He says that he respected him when he started fighting people. I'm from Birmingham. Nobody likes people from Birmingham. I always knew Dillian White was a fucking bomb, man. I always knew he couldn't fight. But the thing is,
but he had a heart.
Yeah, but you know as well as me, mates, I couldn't say openly because I would have said, "Oh, brummy twat." He was a good fighter. He could look after himself, but there was no way he was going to get to a world level, man.
I don't think Dillian White's a bum.
But you can't blame someone for trying that, though.
No. I do.
Well, hold up, because he got some fairly good wins there. So we can't necessarily call him a bum because there's far worse fighters than the Dillian White that we have seen.
No. It's a padded career. It's a
padded career, but you know, he's still better than a lot of these guys out there, and we can't say that. He whooped on Derek Chisora twice, but what I wanted to say was, but really to tell you the truth with Dillian White, getting with Matchroom Boxing was like I tell a lot of people is like with certain things, like you can't ask for the government to step in to take care of boxing, and then don't understand like, hey, you never know who you asking this to, because you might be asking this to the devil. And the same thing with Dillian White. So he got in there with Matchroom Boxing, but if he would have went with Frank Warren, probably would have sort of got the same results. But he
should have gone to America, Mike, when he had the chance.
Well, I don't know why he didn't do that.
But
what I'm saying is that Matchroom Boxing did help his career out. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they did, Mike. Yeah, you're right there, mate.
I'm not saying they didn't fuck up a little bit here and there.
They did help him out.
It was a good thing initially.
Pay-per-view star over here.
At least he got that. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're right, Mike. Yeah, you are right.
He should at least, I mean, I'm not pocket watching, but he should at least got at least about 20 mil out of Matchroom. At least about 20 mil out of Matchroom.
Do you know the thing is, so Mike, this is where I totally lost respect for him as well. At the time when he beat Oscar Rivas, no, not Oscar Rivas, it was before the Rivas fight. When he beat Derek Chisora the second time, when he knocked him out in the 11th round, he called AJ out at the end of that fight, and AJ got in the ring, and they were having a bit of squabble over the thing, over the fight, and not long after that, Eddie Hearn offered him 2.5 million, and he turned it down, which was right, because he earned 7 million against the Derek Chisora fight. But then Eddie Hearn came back with a second offer and offered him 5.5 million and all the titles and a Wembley Arena sellout, and he turned it down. But I remember not long before this him saying, it's not about the money, it's about the belts and about my legacy.
No, if I get the chance.
Yeah.
No.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He ended up bullshitting. He got offered the chance. He got offered the chance to do that, and then he turned it down.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. So that's when I fell out. I just had no respect for the guy then, because I'd heard it for 2 years. Him spouting his mouth off, saying, "I want this. I'm going to do this," and then when the golden opportunity was offered to him, he fucking threw it away.
Yeah, but I always knew. I'm sorry to.
No, you're right. I'm done.
But I always knew as a brummie he was full of shit, mates. I always knew from when he got banged out that fucking first fight with AJ. This guy, I checked it on BoxRec. He's got no amateur experience. He's never boxed. He's got zero whatever. He got destroyed in the 7th round against the amateur guy. Come on. I always knew what happened to him with Povetkin was coming. It was just a complete waste of time. He was a manufactured fighter. And this is what... Now, listen. A lot of times, people in this country, they don't fucking listen. It was a manufactured fighter who got pushed to a level that he didn't deserve to be at.
That's a good point. That's a very good point.
Well, I'll put it to you like this.
That is a good point,
Hold up. Let me give it to you.
Stormy and Tyrone in as well.
Yeah, okay. They can come in. They can come in because they just Stormy just been chilling and Tyrone's on mute. They know the deal, but you can't. Sorry, can say that. You can say that all day, but he still accomplished things. He got to win.
He did, man.
We know that.
Hold up. He beat Parker, right? So he beat
an amazing
Parker.
guy.
Hold up. He beat Derek Chisora.
We know that.
Stop. Let me finish.
Let him finish, bro.
So no matter how many amateur fights he had or didn't have, whether or not he belongs here, he got vital wins in his and he has vital wins in his career.
Yeah,
vital wins in his career that a lot of fighters hold up. That a lot of fighters who probably have hundreds of amateur fights that have never amounted to what Dillian White has done in his boxing career. So with that being said, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how he got into boxing.
We know that.
Let him finish, bro. He made
it somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Because we could go down the list of boxers on his record within the last couple years since he got his ass whooped by Anthony Joshua. Then we could be like, oh damn. So why aren't they in Dillian White's shoes right now? Why didn't they whoop Dillian White? Well, they probably didn't whoop Dillian White because they just not good enough. And if they're not good enough, and if they weren't good enough to beat Dillian White on that fucking night, then that makes me then guess what? He deserves to be here. And I don't think he's a bum or anything like that, because like I said, there's far worse fighters than him. And one of them is still boxing, and his name is Lucas Brown.
Yeah. Well, that guy is shit. That guy's got things in his eyebrows, which is a thing. Listen, Lucas Brown and Dillian White boxing skills is not even a conversation, is it really? We're not really having this is ridiculous. The thing with Dillian White, it's called Baby Bird. You got his thing on it. Listen, this guy has done very well, but you're not talking the same level as Lucas Browns. Lucas Browns is not in the same level as Dillian White. This is not a conversation, but if you're going to discuss the
former world champion, though,
it was a WBA regular Oceanic champion, which is not really a world champion. That's not a world champion. Let's have a no.
You're not. I'm not sticking up for him. No, I'm not sticking up. What all I'm saying is he is a former world champion, though.
He's not a world champion, mate. He was an Oceanic. He was an Oceanic Asian champion.
The WBA regular champion.
No, he weren't the regular. He weren't the regular. It's the Oceanic regular, not the main regular. He weren't the main regular, bro.
Well,
I put it like this.
He doesn't.
Lucas Brown is a worse fighter than Dillian White. That's the only thing I was saying. There wasn't no discussion about his Lucas Brown's accomplishments and shit like that. Lucas Brown is just is what he is. I don't give a fuck if we want to bring his eyeballs into the matter. He never had the fucking stamina. He never had the fucking stamina, and he never had the skill set. Lucas Brown, if you want to call anybody a bum, then maybe you could call Lucas Brown, because Lucas Brown ain't nothing.
They're excellent fighters. Everyone who gets in the ring is an excellent fighter. It doesn't matter.
No,
it doesn't matter. They're all good. They're all good.
No, they're not. No, not everybody.
All right.
And you
if you put your hands up to anyone, that's an amazing man. That's an amazing man.
I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. But I'm not gonna act like, Dillian. I'm not gonna. I mean, I was just commenting because you said that Dillian White didn't belong in boxing.
No. Listen, you're not listening. Like in terms of fighting, everyone who puts their hands up to have a fight with another guy is. I used to train at Joe Egan's gym, which is Mike Tyson's gym, and I fought there for years. I'm 50. I'm in my 50s. I still look like 22. Listen, listen. If we're gonna talk boxing, and I used to fight with Tyson, all these guys, and I'm still what I am now. Listen, Dillian White is a good fighter. He's an excellent fighter. I got no issue with that. But all I'm saying is not to the level. Listen. I don't want to be nasty. He's an amazing guy. He'd probably knock me out in a second. And he would knock me out in
especially
a second.
Right now.
Yeah, exactly, man. But I'm just telling you, he's never gonna be a world champion. He's not he was not gonna be a world champion then, and he wouldn't be a world champion even in Klitschko's time. He still would have got beat, bro.
Yeah, I mean, but that's not that wasn't our talking points, and we also talked about that.
I'm sorry to bother you. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. We hit that up you know, we talk about a lot of things, and we said, me, Laws, and Tyrone Storm, and we said that a long time ago, that, you know, maybe this is as far as that his career will get him. But you know, I wish the brother well in the rematch.
Yeah, he's a nice man. He's all right. He's got good skills.
Hopefully he can come out with a win or something.
No. The thing with Dillian White is all down. It's not down. It's down to his attitude. He's got a bad attitude to boxing. He wears that birdie num thing on his fucking t-shirt. Go watch his fucking. If you're gonna go and fight somebody and you've got a 7-week fight, you don't listen. If you're gonna be doing big things and you're having a big fight, you do not do that. But I can't say that because I've never been in his situation. So it is what it is. So, you know, I am talking crap really. But yeah. I personally think he should take it a bit more serious than he is, to be fair.
I think he does take it serious. I just think he's, like you said before, he's punching above his weight, that's all. But Mike's right.
No.
No, listen, but Mike's right what he said for what for what he's accomplished with no amateur background and all that shit. You can't.
No. This is the opposite. I think it's the opposite. I think he can do a lot more above his weight, and he's choosing to be lazy. He's choosing to not do the work.
That's his fucking prerogative, then, isn't it? That's his fault.
Yeah, I agree with you.
If he's gonna be like that, that's why he got iced the other weekend. But like Mike said, Mike was right for what he's accomplished. There's a lot of fucking. I've seen a lot of boxers come out of the UK who the media hyped up, and he got fucking iced at the first hurdle.
You've seen him over here too, Laws.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, there was a middleweight over here, Robin Reed. They used to fucking 90s.
Yeah. I went to Robin Reed fights years ago. Yeah. I used to go to the Robin Reed fights, and
they all made out.
Yeah, he's Welsh. He's Welsh. I'm Welsh, so I used to go to the Robin Reed fights. And I tell you what, the Sven Otka fight, I weren't at that fight, but if you ever go, the 6 fights I've been to in my life where I always thought they were bizarre. The first fight I went to was Alan Minter against Marvin Hagler, 1982. I was 14. I'm a lot older than you think. 14 years old.
That was 81, that fight, bro.
Yeah. The most racist fight that I've ever been to. My father took me to that, and that was at Wembley Arena. And then the second fight that I went to, which was a bit weird, was Nassim. I went to Nassim Ahmed against Wayne McCulloch. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
against McCulloch, and that was a good fight. But the best fight I ever went in England, and he was a good friend of mine, Chris Eubank against Ben 2. Fucking hell. If you went to that fucking fight and you watched that.
Yeah, my stepdad went that.
Fucking
that was in Manchester, that fight.
Well, I think
it was in the Manchester MEN Arena.
I went to both of them fights. The first fight was at the NEC in Birmingham.
Yeah, but the second one was at Manchester.
Have a look. Let's have a look. I went to the
Manchester.
first, and he got knocked out in the first fight.
What was that, Ben Eubanks?
Ben
one of them. No. Excuse me, one of them's in Manchester.
Yeah. No, I was at the second. I was at the first fight when he fucking knocked Ben out, and that was fucked up. That was, yeah. That was the first fight. I weren't at the second fight. I think the second fight was. You're right. Was he in Manchester? I thought it was in London.
Yeah.
The second fight.
No, Manchester. Manchester Evening News Arena.
I'll tell you what, Nigel Benn was one of when people say fighters, he had 16 WC defenses. That guy fought everyone. The only guy Nigel Benn never fought was Julian Jackson. But he beat McKellen. And he got brain damage from that fight. I actually think
I know, yeah.
He's a lovely
was
man.
One of my favorite. John McClellan's my second favourite fighter of all time.
Yeah.
Him and Hagler.
Yeah. Do you know what I love as a fighter? That they all say that you got your greatest, your fighters. Scott Fitzgerald against Fowler. Now that was a very, very underrated. Everybody thought that Fitzy was going to get rinsed, beating. And I think Scott Fitzgerald is a great fighter for the fact that Matchroom, his own trainers wanted him to lose that fight. It was a very, very good win, that was, Fitzgerald. I think he's a quality fighter, I do, Fitzgerald. I actually think he's so underrated, he shouldn't even be with him.
Yeah,
he went.
Y'all over there rimming. Oh, he'll be back. He just Laws just jumped out for a minute.
I didn't bother you, did I? Talking about boxing. Yo, bro, MJ, what's your favorite fights? Your 2 or 3 favorite fights of all time, sir?
Don't really have a favorite.
Come on, bro.
I don't really have a favorite. I just like watching ass whoopings.
Come on, bro. You've got 3 fights that you love.
I don't. I seriously don't.
Are you into more the boxing or the MMA, sir?
Boxing. Yeah. But
how old are you?
Let's get into the next round of questions. We got
come on, man. Let's get an next.
We got Ugas versus old Ramos. Storm B, man, you still there? What you think about this one?
Yeah, I think Ramos.
I don't know much about Ramos, and I'm actually sitting here watching some clips on him right now.
Yeah, me either.
But I feel like they brought this guy in as an opponent to Ugas because they're trying to keep Ugas in the thick of things.
There you go. Do
you think does he look all right though so far?
Come on, bro.
I was just pulling it up as you guys were talking. That's what kind of like why I was a little quiet, because I was trying to do my little research. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because me and Tyrone
with this guy.
Me and Tyrone was like the same way because we
fight, bro.
When
this is a picnic fight, you're just picking somebody from nowhere to fight you guys to make it look good.
Yeah,
come on, bro.
Pick him.
Hey, Laws, you there?
Yeah.
You know anything about this Ramos dude? This Abel Ramos?
No, I've heard is he supposed to be not a bad hitter?
I don't know, but he's supposed to be fighting Ugas. They're gonna say he's not bad anyways, regardless.
That's what I've heard. That's the only. I don't know who he is. I just heard someone on about him saying he's not a bad hitter.
Yeah, me and Brooklyn, I think we saw him fight some other dude who looked like he was selling, Geico insurance or whatever.
That's fucked up.
On an undercard. And he almost lost. And he got some BS knockout.
Tyrone's great.
This Ramos, he got a BS knockout because guess who came in and stopped the fight?
Don't tell me, Ricky. Don't tell me. I like to do what's best for boxing. Stepped in.
Yep.
You got it.
Yep. It was that guy. Because for Wilder, the dude from the dead and let him get up. But this guy was fine, and he stopped the fight.
Tyrone, you nicknamed him perfectly. We should refer to him from now on as that guy, because that's who he is. Guy. He's that guy.
Oh, he is.
And that's just the clip that I was looking at right now as Tyrone was saying. Yep.
You saw it, Stormy?
So,
Wasn't that?
it was ridiculous, man.
We see him
last
everywhere.
round, 1 second left.
1 second, last round. Yep, that's what it was. It was 1 second left.
Yeah.
He stopped
Last
the fight.
round, 1 second left.
That guy
Oh,
just
man.
loves the spotlight.
This is
I mean, Storm, I heard you talk about it. Remember the Tank Gamboa fight? And the way that he was walking around the Jack Reese. Oh, no cameras, no cameras. Get away from here. Oh, get into the corner. Are you ready? Are you ready? Oh, cameras. Like he just wanted to be the show. Like what did you say? He said it's called boxing, not reffing. He just makes it about
I know, right?
I don't know what's wrong with that guy. I mean, he went and did a whole bunch of interviews after the first Wilder Fury fight, the spirit of boxing, and how I want to do what's best for boxing and what's good for the sport. But for the Crowder Lomachenko fight, he stops it. For this fight you just saw right now, he stopped it. He just wants to be a star or something. I don't know. I don't get it.
I don't either, man. It is what it is, bro. It is what
Come on, man.
Well, it ain't. You know what? It ain't is what it is. And this is the thing that pisses me off is like when you see this consistently and stuff like that, you know, and especially when fighters start complaining and promoters, managers, the fans, especially the fans start complaining about shit. Well, I wouldn't say complaining. I would say putting in your fucking suggestion box to your fucking corporate that this motherfucking ref needs to go. It's a red flag when you have rules and regulations and you have somebody that's sitting up over there telling you how they gonna do their job.
Yeah.
He basically told the WBC, this is how I'm gonna do it. No, I see your rules right there in section paragraph 2, section subsection alpha, subparagraph alpha. See, nah, I don't do that. Nah, I don't do the windows. No, bitch, you came in here to fucking clean. If I say clean the goddamn windows, you clean the windows. You don't dictate what the fuck you're about to do.
And he changes what type of windows he cleans every fight. You know, some rules one fight just don't apply.
Yeah.
I want to follow the spirit of boxing. I wanted to give him the full 20 count. I'm stopping the fight because this seems close. I just want to be a star here. No cameras. No cameras. Get away from the corner. No.
And it's sickening that it's sickening like you got some refs that don't mind holding. Then you got some refs that let motherfucker holds right all day. You got them refs that let a motherfucker hold all damn day. But then when it comes between these particular fights and these particular promoters,
they're up in there.
You all like, hell nah. Show dick beaters off of him.
That is true.
What you holding for? You know what I'm saying? And it happens all the time. And that's why I be getting pissed off at a lot of these motherfuckers because they be bullshitting.
Oh, man. These guys are louder than corn. Just to jump on what you said, man. They'll be there and they'll say, oh, in other fights, they'll just relax. Go ahead, you know, like you were saying. And then the other fights, they're like, break. I said break. Get away.
Yeah.
Back to your corner. Clean that up. We don't want any water here. All right, box.
Hey,
seconds out. They call it seconds out, like 30 seconds in.
Yeah, seconds out. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, fellas, check this out. Now, I told you I'm doing my homework over here as we're talking and everything. Now, apparently, Ramos fought Francisco Santana on PBC, you know, last year in March, you know, and the funny thing about it, it was a close decision, but he got the decision and he was dropped and nearly, you know, out for the count. But he beat the count and was able to finish the fight, and they gave him the decision. And then he also fought Ivan Baranchyk, you know, and they went the distance. But Ugas is better than both of these guys. So it's like, yeah, they've brought him in to be an opponent for Ugas, and he's definitely a guy in the PBC stable. So, they're doing it, the old machine thing. You know, they're cycling these guys in and out so someone to always have a body to feast on. You know, like every so many fights they bring Granados back. You know what I'm saying? So it's like more of the same here.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm.
Come on, man.
That's what they're gonna be screaming. It's like Ramos is gonna get in the ring, right? Fucking Ugas is gonna come behind Ramos and start choking him like Vin Rhymes and Baby Boy, and Ramos is gonna be like, "Mama," and then Ugas is gonna be like, "Yeah, that's right. Call for your mama." You know what I'm talking about? you know what I'm talking about, Tyrone?
Wait for the movie.
Remember, Baby Boy, when Vin Rhymes rode behind Tyrese and started choking him, and he was like, "Yeah, that's right. Cry for your mama." That's what Ugas gonna do to that boy, mama.
Grabbing and holding.
What else? What else we got?
I mean, I do think about it. Like, trying to think, who could they have gotten him to fight in the interim? I don't, you know.
They have a pool of guys they could have picked, but
who could they have gotten who to fight? Tyrone, who are you talking about?
I'm trying to think of who should be available instead of this Ramos guy.
Sean Porter.
Yeah, true.
Why not fight a rematch? See, listen, you've heard me say this before. Just because you beat a guy doesn't mean you've beaten the guy. You understand? The rematches always show you something. Look at the difference between Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, first and second fight, regardless of any controversy or whatever. The outcome still was different from what anybody would have thought, right? It's like you have to go in there and do it more than one time when you're fighting at the top level of the sport. And that's what these guys are. Sean Porter, Ugas, remember, I didn't put him up there, but a lot of people put him up there. They put him up there so much to the degree that they were demanding that he and Terrence Crawford fight, right? So he's up there. Why not, Sean Porter? Go in there and fight him again. Huh? Why not Earl Spence fight Sean Porter again?
Yeah.
You know, why not Keith Thurman give Danny Garcia a rematch or Sean Porter a rematch? You see, this is the kind of thing that is supposed to happen to allow the sport to sustain itself.
Yep.
Because when you get these fights and guys start going at it more than one time, what will happen is you really separate the cream from the crop. You know, it's like you all of these guys, they have limitations, but you don't really know who's best unless one, they fight each other, and two, as I said, out of the 5 top guys, you got Garcia, Spence, Porter, Crawford, and who else? Who's the other? Thurman. Those 5 guys, if they all fought each other, and Thurman has fought 2 of them already, which is Garcia and Porter. If they all fight each other, nobody's coming out of that undefeated. Nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's going to lose to another. We need to see that, because this is how you decide who's the best, by them facing each other. You on paper don't mean anything. Huh? It's when you get on the field. Remember the Patriots in the Super Bowl against the Giants?
Mm-hmm.
Huh? They went in there undefeated, everything on paper. They were supposed to whoop the Giants behind, right?
Yeah.
And that scoring drive that the Giants had to go ahead, all of those miraculous plays, 3rd down plays, you know, 1st down plays. Remember that receiver caught that ball on the tip of his helmet, man? It was like all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
that's the drama that you cannot. It was. And it's like you could not have, like, if you wrote it out in a script for a movie, people would be like, man, no, that's impossible. But to see it actually happen in the game, it was like, whoa, this is their game. This is like, it was in the cards for them to win that game with those spectacular plays that they made on that drive, because they needed the score to go ahead. And they killed the clock, and they didn't leave Mr. Brady with much time, you know, to come back. Because if he had a little more time, he might have come back and beat them. But it was like Hollywood, you know, and you could not have guessed that those kind of things would happen unless the game is played. This is what I'm trying to make the point about with boxing. You have to get those guys in there against each other. I can talk about my favorite all day long, and you could talk about yours. But if they never meet, you know, what is it?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. If they never, it's a freak show if they never meet. That's what it is. You know, we've been supposed to be getting these fights, and I said that. You know, I do find it kind of strange with some of these fights. You know what I'm saying? And nobody ever came up and said, "Hey, you know, well, we know why Anthony Joshua can't do it. He got his mandatories and shit. And eventually, after that, we want to see undisputed." So, yeah, but you know, if Andrew Ruiz keeps it up, you know, I would assume that Anthony Joshua going to fight him one more time.
Hey, just sorry to butt in. Is it true Ruiz is supposed to be fighting Ortiz?
No, Ortiz is fighting Scott Alexander.
All right. I seen something come up the other day about Ruiz could be fighting Luis Ortiz. I thought that just because you said that, then I thought that's a good fight. That
Ruiz has just been doing a lot of talking lately, Laws.
Yeah,
he's been feeling himself talking. That's that quarantine courage again, you know.
Oh,
just
right.
talking.
Hey, Story B, man, that motherfucker can see his dick now, so he happy. He can see his dick when he look down. Now that motherfucker got the utmost confidence in the world.
Yeah, but this is the thing. He looked down at it and he said, "Shit, I better go on eat me some more," you know.
Yeah. I tell you what, though, just going back off what that guy was saying before, he did make some all right points about Tyson Fury, how everyone over here is hyping him up.
yeah.
The amount of comment sections what I go in, just not that I'm subscribed to them, just to read the fucking BS in the comment sections. People fucking making out that this guy. I seen BT Sports put something up. It was at the weekend about the Daniel Dubois fight. And I screenshotted loads of comments where everyone was criticising Daniel Dubois because I was myself, because that opponent was absolutely trash.
Yeah, he was.
But I was screenshotting some of some of the comments what people were saying. Oh, Daniel Dubois beats AJ, beats Dillian White, he beats Joe Joyce, but he doesn't stand a chance against fucking Tyson Fury. I was like, fucking hell, where do people get off that this guy's that good? Otto Wilding absolutely fucking pummeled him. And I'm telling you now, if that was in the UK, that fight would have got stopped. He got fucking washed off Otto Wilding. Why is he not rematching Otto Wilding again?
I'll tell you this one thing. That cut, I've seen cuts way fucking smaller than that.
Yeah, man.
Way fucking smarter than that get called off. That shit. If Wilder would have hit him in that again, he probably would have lasted. It would have been like an Indian back in the day scalping a white man. He would have knocked all that shit off. He would have knocked all that shit off. Like, it was dumb. Like, you know, I think the only reason why they didn't do it, I'll guarantee you somebody said, "You better not. You about to fuck up this money."
Man, let me tell you something. That boy was sliced so bad, you would have thought he had got held up in a damn slaughterhouse, man. He was sliced. He was bleeding, bro. He was bleeding.
And then,
you know,
for real,
y'all want to hear something funny? And then when he like plays rubbing his shit, the fans and everybody gets all mad and shit. I'm like, this fucker be choking people in the ring.
Yeah.
He put his elbow all the way down fucking Steve Cunningham's throat.
Yeah,
before he knocked him out.
Yeah, nobody can say that he isn't a dirty fighter. Tyson Fury is a dirty fighter. I mean, he does everything, get an advantage.
Tyson Fury makes Katie Taylor look like an angel in the ring, and she used her head all around that motherfucker.
Yeah,
she was.
Man, did you see that, Mike? Did you see her using that head?
Man, she's busting. Man, she busting her lip.
I remarked after that damn rematch, her and Pursuit. I said, "Oh, Katie Taylor is one of those kind of fighters," because I didn't see the first fight live. I only saw highlights, and I remember everybody talking about it. But
Yeah.
I watched the rematch. I had it on, I had it on DAZN. I'm watching it, and I'm like, oh, she got a combination: left, right, head, right, left. It's like, dude, straight up. By the second round,
Left,
Pursuit
right,
was
head.
all busted up.
Yeah. Like,
And I'm like,
Yeah,
she
she
didn't
was.
land no punches. She didn't land not a freaking punch. And
That's
I was
a
looking at
very
Pursuit
good point,
was all
Stormy.
busted up. I'm like, she's hitting her with her head. That's why she had that huge hematoma on her forehead.
Yep.
Remember?
Yep.
Yeah.
and the ref, I think the ref only said it once, and that was it. And it was like, it was blatant. That was like,
Yeah.
that was like blatant. And like, that's how she got that cut to the top of her head.
Yeah.
It wasn't the elbow.
I still think Pursuit won that second fight. I do. There's been a lot of people over here what have said Pursuit won that fight.
Dude, do you realize when someone uses their head in fights, and I know people said my favorite fighter, Evander, used his head, and he did. But I will say this: when you're getting hit with someone's head, the skull, that's like the hardest bone on your body, basically, your forehead, the bone in your forehead. But I wanted to say this: you could get a concussion and be out of it, okay, and not even you will be still fighting, going through the paces and everything, but you're out of there. And that has been determined in many fights. You know that Shane Mosley, okay, when he fought Manny Pacquiao, when he got dropped by Manny Pacquiao, was that the third or fourth round, something like that? He got dropped by Pacquiao with a really good right hand that he didn't see, left hand by Pacquiao that he didn't see. He got up and continued to fight. And when the fight was over, he asked his corner man, he's like, what happened? They said, Pacquiao won the decision and whatnot. And Shane was like, well, I didn't remember anything after the knockdown.
Damn.
Yeah, that was honestly coming from Shane. He said, I didn't remember anything after the knockdown. But he was still fighting. He was fighting. He had a fucking concussion.
Yeah, I suppose you wouldn't, Storm. You're right, yeah.
So when I saw Katie Taylor, I picked up on that, dude, in the second round. I picked up on it. I was like, oh, she's one of those fighters. I saw her use her head as a weapon. She was like she was bobbing and weaving. And when Pursuit stepped in behind a couple of shots, she came up with her head like bam. And then she threw a punch that kind of went over her shoulder. And I'm like, she wasn't even trying to land the punch. She was trying to hit her with her head. And I'm like, oh,
that's a good point, Stormy.
There are people who teach this stuff, fellas, in the gym. They do. Yeah. And if somebody lies and say, oh man, that's bullcrap, Stormy don't know what he's talking about. I know what I'm talking about. That's why when I was sitting there watching the fight, I said, oh, she's one of those kind of fighters. Because when you have someone like that, they open the door for you to do things. Okay. And that's what happened. Like someone mentioned earlier about Fury against Cunningham. See, when you got a guy or a lady, in the case of, Katie Taylor, and they're doing those type of things, there are a couple of things that you can do tactically that'll knock all that out. It'll stop. Yeah. And I won't say over the air, we can have a private conversation about it, but I'm saying there are some things that you could do tactically.
I would have hit her in her titty.
That mess.
I would have hit her straight in her titty or coochie every single time. I would have popped that titty. Well, she ain't got none, so it would have done the damn thing. So
in Pursuit's defense, in that particular fight, because I saw it happen as early as late in this first round, because she was in a corner and Pursuit was on top of her throwing shots, and Katie was doing this upper body movement, right? But she was coming up with her head every single time. And I'm like, oh, she's one of those kind of fighters. So what I would have told Pursuit to do is like, the moment that you get in close with her with a high guard, just rake her across her face with your elbow, right across her eyes. That'll stop all of that shit.
Do you know what? Now that you've just said that, that's why I kept saying, yeah. Now when I'm thinking about it, I can remember seeing the fight a couple of weeks ago. Every time Pursuit was throwing combinations, like 2 or 3 combinations, but they were very straight on the button, And then when she went in forward, Katie Taylor put her head down every time. It was like as if she was running into her.
Yep.
And every time she was running into her, she had her head down.
Yep.
And you're fucking right there, Stormy, now, because I can see. I remember watching the fight, but I never picked up on that. But now you've just said that. You're fucking right. What you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, I saw it, and I didn't see it at the second or third round. I saw it probably like the third round, and it was like, wait a minute, what the fuck going on here? And then that's when I started looking at it more. I'm like, God damn. I think I even put it in the What's Up app, like, because it was.
Yeah, you did, Mike. You did. That's right. You did.
It was so blatant. Like, it was so blatant. The ref had to be in on it.
Yeah, and Taylor ended up with a huge hematoma on her forehead. And it looked almost like the one that Hassan Rahman had when he fought Holyfield.
It was
really big. So they used a real large swell to rub that swelling out. And they didn't really get the swelling out, but it was right there in almost the center of her forehead, and it was from her using her head.
Oh no, she can. Hey, Persoon, she can take some pain because God,
I can't believe I didn't pick up on that.
Some of them headbutts, you can see her wince and shit like that. There was some strong headbutts.
I'm telling you, you can get a concussion from that, bro. That's why in football, you can still get a concussion with your helmet on, right? And you know that, Mike, about football. Yeah. So imagine clashing skull to skull. Shit.
Facts, man. So I never even thought of it like that now till you just said that. I'm gonna have to watch that fight back again.
Yeah, because the football
watch it again, Laws. Watch it again. Yeah. You'll see her hit her many times during that fight with her head.
Yeah,
and even Persoon said in the aftermath, she said that she felt a little weak. She didn't feel as strong as she felt in the first fight. So she felt like Taylor should have won it. No, Taylor took the fight out of her with those headbutts, man.
That was brain damage.
Yeah,
that's the same thing I was trying to say to people when Clarissa Shields fought Barakas or whatever that not her, but what's the other girl? Hannah Gabriels. I was trying to tell him, it's like, look at Hannah's legs. Look at her legs. Now you got 2-minute rounds with them big ass gloves. She catching her with big shots over and over again. You might think you tired, but it's probably your brain, your body, your brain and your muscles ain't communicating like they're supposed to.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So you think you're moving fast, but you're not no more. And and you wonder why you got to try harder. Now you got to try harder to move faster, but you know it's not coming out. But every time you try harder, your stamina is gonna go down right along with it. You know what I'm saying?
That's great.
I don't see how.
I believe I didn't pick up on that.
I mean,
out of surprise because I can see it now.
Oh, you just pulled it up?
No, I mean I'm visualizing, I'm memorizing the fight. I'm sat in the chair where I watched the fight the other week, and I remember exactly what you and Stormy are on about. She kept dipping down all the time with her head,
and she kept it. And she like every time she'd get in close, she either put her forehead right on that girl's mouth, right on her mouth, or on the side of her face. She was just like fucking her up, and the ref saw it because one time she even winced, and the ref didn't say nothing. Like she probably even like went you know what I'm saying? Because but then again, Story B, man, like I said, you can hear a mosquito farting these motherfuckers. I don't ever remember her corner. Maybe her corner said something to him outside of our view or whatever, the audio, but I don't remember her corner even saying anything about it.
Listen, this is the thing that I'm saying about that. These inexperienced corners and the lack of teaching. I know what I was looking at when I saw her do it the first time in the first round. I know what I was looking at. And the thing about it is, no one is closer than the cornermen who are right there sitting ringside. If they couldn't tell Persoon what to do, they shouldn't been working with her. And if they couldn't get on that damn ref during the fight, because you could even risk a point deduction by getting in that ref's ass, making him to acknowledge what's taking place with your fighter. Remember, not just coaching them in boxing, you're supposed to take care of your fighter. That's why they call you a chief second. You're the second person. Okay, the fighter's the first person, the trainer is the second, the chief second. You're there to ensure the safety and well-being and welfare of your fighter. You can't just send somebody out there and throw them to the wolves, so to speak. You have to be ready to act. You know, because that bell rings and she comes back to sit on her stool, you will have already communicated with the other guys that's in your corner. When this bell rings, she come back, you guys rinse her down and everything. I'm going to talk to this ref. And you go out there and say your piece to that ref. Shouldn't take you no more than 5 to 10 seconds to tell him.
All I gotta say is this.
And let him know.
All I gotta say is this. If they had 3-minute rounds in women's boxing and 12 rounds, her face would have been fucked up. Well, it was fucked up.
She wouldn't be able to finish the fight. I don't think so, because the damage that was being done was tremendous. You saw the cut under her eye, you saw the swelling over her eye, you saw the bruises on her forehead. She was getting messed up, man.
Yeah,
and it wouldn't surprise me at all if he didn't end that fight with a concussion.
Hold up. Pursuing against Katie Taylor. Are you actually discussing that live?
Yeah, you know, it's our prerogative. We can.
That's weak, man. You shouldn't even be having that discussion.
Hey,
you know, boxing, bro.
Hey,
that's not in the. That's not in the realm.
Listen.
Come on, bro. I'm not listening,
you know,
man.
You know what? If you got in the ring with Clarissa Shields, my money on Clarissa Shields.
Come on, man.
How about that? Not only that.
You're telling me that like Clarissa Shields gonna beat the shit out of me? I'm an old man.
Well, you better sit your old ass down then.
Nah.
Look, okay. Well, look, check this out. So this is what we was talking about, right?
Come on, bro.
Hold up and listen. Put your thinking cap on now. Well, you already got it on. Well, it's a Patriots hat, so I don't know much thinking you could do with that on. But
you're being a bit of an asshole now, ain't you? You're being a bit of an asshole now, to be honest.
That's not being an asshole. It's a joke. You got to learn how to deal with Americans. But anyways, this is what we was talking about. We was talking about how dirty of a fighter Katie Taylor is. That's what we were talking about.
Listen, that fight was the most ridiculous fight. I don't watch women's boxing. Are you on about the Pursoon Katie Taylor 1 or the Pursoon Katie Taylor 2?
You can say both of them. She was doing the same thing in both of them.
Yeah, exactly.
But what was we talking about though? What did you see in that fight? What did you see in the fight and the aftermath of the fight? Well, did you watch the first one?
I watched both of them.
Okay. So what did you in the second fight? Because that's what we were talking about.
Listen very carefully to what Mike's telling you.
Yeah. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So this is what we were talking about.
Listen very carefully to what Mike's saying.
So what did you see in that fight that Katie Taylor was doing that was dirty?
Basically, she was dirty in the first fight. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
She was dirty. Let me get my headphones on. She was dirty in the first fight. All she did in the second fight was run around, and she lost the second fight. I ain't got much to say. No. It was pathetic, to be honest.
Now you're on our level.
No. Listen now. You got your thinking cap on, right? You got your juice, right? So you're well hydrated.
I'm all good, bro.
Okay, so in the fight, you got something on the something white on the side of your lip, side of your mouth.
What was that?
You got something white on there. Yeah,
just carry on, man.
All right, cool. You got it. What did you see that Katie Taylor was doing in this second fight that was dirty, and it was very obvious and consistent?
Yeah. What she did in the second fight, she stayed off like there, but she actually came in whenever Pursoon came in on that second fight.
No, what did she do that was dirty?
What I just told you, she stayed off there. When Pursoon came in 3/4, she came in and and smothered her on the actual takedown.
No,
So,
what was dirty about it?
what do you want to know about boxing?
Nah, so I was watching the fight. It took Stormy B-Man quicker to see it. It took me a while because I couldn't believe.
Yeah, and I only just
couldn't believe
realized.
like
What
how
do you want
blatant
to
it
tell?
was.
What do you want to tell me?
Just
Listen to what Mike's saying.
Just listen. I couldn't just listen. I couldn't find it right away, right? Because around the third round, I was just like, "What is this? What I'm really seeing?" Because it was that blatant. So around the fourth, fifth round, I was like, "Hell nah." Katie Taylor was throwing around her fucking forehead like it was a wrecking ball.
Yeah.
So when she was coming, every time she was coming in, she wasn't just coming in, she was coming in leading with her head, which you're not supposed to do.
Yeah.
And then what she was doing was she was making sure that she was hitting her. Almost every single time they got in the clinch, that forehead was
dipped every time,
like
Mike.
a wrecking ball, tearing that ass up.
Yeah,
That's what we was talking about.
Do you know what, Mike? Until you and Stormy were just speaking about it, I never even thought of that. And I sat here watching.
No, she did it in the first fight. No, listen. She did it in the She did it in the first fight. All she did with her head in the first fight was put it forward. So every time Pursoon come in the first fight, she was putting her head
That's what
forward.
we're talking about. Yeah.
Well, there you go, mate. There you go, mate.
That's what I'm saying. I never. Excuse me. I never thought of it until Stormy and Mike just pulled up on that. Because I sat here and watched. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I sat here and watched the fight, but I never pulled up on that until Stormy.
She uses the head. She uses the head to come forward.
Yeah. Well, that's what we were saying. Like Stormy just said before, and Mike was saying, every time Katie Taylor, every time Delphine Pursoon came forward, throwing them 4 combinations of straight left, straight right, straight left, straight right, and she got Katie Taylor on the ropes or wherever she got her.
Yeah.
Every time Pursoon came forward, Katie Taylor dipped her head down, so Pursoon would run into that head.
Yeah. If you watch it,
and then she kept coming up with her head every time they were in the clinch as well.
Yeah,
I want to watch that back, but I like I just said before, I can't believe that I never actually picked up on that until these two just said that.
Yeah, well, it's true. Everyone saw that. I saw it myself. So.
Now you got to go back and watch that, bruh.
But there's a lot of people over here, though, Mike, what actually think Delphine Pursoon won that first fight.
Well,
I think she won it.
You ain't lying, because I saw people on Twitter saying it. They think that she won.
Yeah.
You know, when I went
on Las Vegas, it was in New York, wasn't it? My bad, Mike.
No, the second fight was in Matchroom.
No, the first one. I'm on about the first one. She won the first one. The first one was in Madison Square Gardens.
It was, yeah. Second fight was in Surrey.
Yeah, Eddie's backyard.
Unfortunately.
Hey, Laws D.
Yeah.
And
yes, sir.
And everybody else on the panel. I'm going back to my scorecards from the fight. I scored it 106-94 for Pursoon.
Yeah. I would have that. That's a fair result.
The second one. Is that the second one?
That's the second fight. Yeah.
Yeah,
the fight they just had.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think Pursoon won the second one as well.
Yeah, and check this out. I had the first round. I scored for Delphine Pursoon, and Katie Taylor didn't hardly throw any punches in the first round.
Yeah.
And when I remember when they were giving their scorecards, ringside scorecards after the first 4 or 5 rounds or whatever break they do, and they had given her the first round. I was like, how in the world did they give her the first round when she hardly threw any punches? And Delphine was on top of her. And that's when she went to the head tactics in the second round. In the second round, Taylor, I gave her the second round, but that's when I also noticed that she was using her head.
It was all like basically it was just a matchroom fucking takeover. Whatever they pay for in the fight, MTK rules Matchroom, which is a Birmingham company. We run Matchroom. We've run it for years. Whatever the fights go down in wherever Eddie has a fight, Birmingham
MTK,
fight.
MTK don't run Matchroom. Other way around, bro. Matchroom run MTK Global.
Let's have a little discussion with you. You don't know shit about anything, so ignore him.
I don't know shit.
Hold up,
Mike. Hold up.
Shut up, man.
Who owns MT Global?
Put your face on the screen. Matthew Macklin.
Right. Thank you. Where is Matthew Macklin from?
It's called Birmingham, mate.
Right. Who does Matthew Macklin work for on TV?
Where does he work for on TV?
Who does Matthew Macklin work for on Sky TV?
You're a moron because
who does Matthew Macklin work for on TV? You fucking penis.
Hey,
hold up, Mike. No, I've got this, Mike. No, hold up, Mike. Dick face, you little shit face. Right. Who the fuck does Matthew Macklin work for on TV? Sky Sports TV. You fucking prick. Who does fucking Matchroom Boxing work for? Sky TV. You fucking little brummy cunt. Fuck you, you fucking honky white boy. Fuck out of here. Talking shit.
Wait, what happened? I just walked in. What happened? I just started hearing him screaming.
Get that fucking nigga back on here.
Throw me in.
Fucking piece of shit. Get that nigga back on here. Fucking talking shit. Who the fuck? That fucking weirdo's telling me that MTK Global run Matchroom Boxing. How the fuck does MTK Global
I'm back here to have a discussion with you. You don't know shit, bro.
Gangsta UK. Gangsta UK.
You don't know shit.
Hey, look. Hold up.
Put your face on the screen. You fucking little prick. You little prick.
Hey, Gangsta UK. You got it. Gangsta UK. Gangsta UK.
Fuck out of here, bro.
Hey, man, stop yelling. Be quiet for just a second. Listen. Don't come up. Listen. Listen, y'all. Listen, man. You can't come on somebody else's channel doing all that.
I'm 6 foot. I would destroy you, bro.
You wouldn't fucking destroy your fucking pants. The only thing you destroy is your fucking arse when you fart, you fucking...
So come to Birmingham, you little fucking wrench.
You little fucking prick. I've got fucking family in Birmingham.
You wouldn't even last here for a day, bro. You wouldn't last here for a day.
Bro, how does my sister live in fucking Borsaleaf, you fucking prick?
Borsaleaf? Is she selling her ass to the fucking packers and that?
No, she's selling it to you, you fucking little honky white boy.
Don't fucking discuss shit to me because you're not even in the same. You're not even in the same level as me.
I have a question. Why do they call you gangster anyways, man?
Mike Oldtight. This guy's from Birmingham. I'm
50 years old. I'm 50 years old.
You're a gangster. Yeah, I get that.
You're having a conversation with a man that would kill you.
Yeah.
How you gonna do that, man?
Fucking stick.
You can't even. How you gonna kill somebody? You can't even put that damn bottle down,
bro.
You can't even
looking at your ass. Looking at your ass. You're having a conversation. What? You from Manchester with that accent?
You can't even put that damn bottle down. You can't even put the. But you man, that's probably even alcohol. You probably high off sugar right now. You got diabetes too.
Who me? I'm 50 years old.
You see this is the problem.
Come on, bro.
This is the problem. Gangster,
you think you're hard now. So this guy thinks he's hard now. He wouldn't last a day with me, and he knows it. You know for a fact.
I was hard when your mama was fucking on the end of it.
Oh, I was hard when your mama. Hold up, going on about mom.
Hold up.
That's when I was hard, bro.
Gangster,
I'm 6'4" tall, 6'5".
You're fucking 6'8". You're a fucking.
Hey, Laws,
hold up. You look like a pedophile.
Law,
You
stop
look
talking
like
for
a
a second.
6'4" paedophile.
And I'm a
You
paedophile.
look
Gonna
like
put
a
your face
6'4".
in the
You
ground.
ain't putting nothing in. The only
You're
thing
gonna
you're
get put
putting
in
in
the
is
ground,
a day on the
bro.
fucking dole on the welfare. That's the only thing you're
Oh
putting in.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be
The only
even more
thing you're
enjoyable
putting
when I
in is when
fuck you
you're.
up.
The only thing you're putting in is when you're signing that
The
welfare
only
check.
thing you put
That's
in is
the
your
only thing
stupid
you're
accent.
putting in.
I'm from Manchester.
Hey, man, watch out. Your teeth gonna fall out,
Fuck you,
homie.
bro.
You don't want them
You're gonna
dentures
get
falling out
destroyed
now.
against me. Don't even fucking test me, bro.
Pedo. Look at this pedo.
Hey, see,
Get the
gangster,
fuck
nah,
away.
because
Pedo.
this is how it
Sick
all
little
started.
pedo.
You can't come on people's
Pedo
channels.
ass motherfucker.
How
Where
you
have you
gonna
had
come
your
on?
jumper from?
Come on, bro.
Giacomo, you fat piece of shit. You
Fat.
got your jumper from Giacomo's, you fat
I'm
cunt.
not even fat. Oh! That nigga is fucking up.
Fuck out of here. You fucking weird cunt.
Run off, man. Run off.
Fucking
You
hell.
ran off.
Lord,
You ran off
Lord,
because
I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that, man.
He ran off because it's gay. He didn't even stay on the channel. It's a bit gay.
Fucking weird cunt.
He didn't even want a conversation.
Pedo.
Nah,
Hey,
you ran off. You ran off. Nah. This man ran off.
He's on the
You cut
toilet
your
now.
channel off.
He needs shit.
You're gay, bro. You're gay, bro. You cut
Man,
your
take
channel off.
the
You want to
drugs
speak?
and get the fuck up out of here.
You ain't gonna have the.
Nigga taking a shit.
No, bro. You
I
ain't
just
even gonna
think
have
the
the
other-
ability to speak to me.
Oh, hey, Tyrone,
You ran off.
this motherfucker sit down and piss.
Ran off, bro.
Oh,
Ran off.
He's sitting down and pissing.
No, man. That's all that guy's worth. I'm having a shit.
Stupid little white boy.
Tyrone,
This guy-
that loose booty shit.
Nah, this guy ran off, bro. This guy ran off.
You
He was-
stupid. You
He's
stupid.
not willing. He's not willing to speak to the
Not yet,
Mexican
Ty.
boxing
Not yet.
community, bro.
Not yet.
He's not
Yo.
willing to speak to the
Yo.
Mexican boxing community, bro.
Hey, man, your grandkids gonna see this shit. You know that, right?
Nah, it's a bit of fun. I love him to bits, man. Listen, this guy, Elite now. No. Chill out, bro.
Pedo, listen. Pedo, put your pants on, pedo. Pedo, put your pants on. No, pedo, put your pants on, man.
He
Put
put
your
his
pants
face up. He
Listen,
put his face
don't-
up. He had a
Don't
chat.
come,
He had a
don't,
chat.
don't come over here talking that gangster bullshit to me, right?
I'm not
When you're
telling you I'm a
50 years
gangster.
old,
I'm not telling
when
you I'm
you're
a
50, You
gangster.
just said you was a gangster.
Yeah, you
Get your
did.
face back on, bro.
You said you harder than all of us at one point. You said, I'm
Come
harder than
on,
all of you
bro.
guys that's over there. And shit.
I'm
See, this,
not a gangster. I
Why
told
the
you I
fuck-
wasn't a gangster.
why the
Mike,
fuck
what
would you-
this fucking fool? What
Man,
this
we gonna have
fool
your ass-
doesn't understand. Mike,
Come
what
on,
this
bro.
fool
repent.
Mike, what this fool doesn't understand, he doesn't realise that I've got family in Birmingham. I know Birmingham like the back of my hand, bro.
He's trying to
And
kill
I
me,
know
man. He's trying to kill
This
me.
guy is just nothing but a stupid dibby little white boy. As my old man used to say, dibby means stupid. It's yardy, Jamaican for fucking stupidity.
So
Nothing
he
but
thinks
A
this
little
guy.
dibby
Now
white boy.
listen.
from
Now you
Birmingham.
need to shut the
You've
fuck
got
up.
fucking
You need to
paedophile
shut the fuck
on.
up.
Paedophile pants.
He
You've
thinks
just
I'm
been
fully
caught
white.
on one.
Nah,
You've just been
this
caught.
idiot
You've just
thinks
got
I'm
a
fully
dibby
white.
You know what? There's a great. I tell you now, before I get up out of here, there's a fucking great tune, a reggae
You're
tune.
gonna run up. Is that
There's
called
a great.
nigger?
there's
Is
a
that called
great-
nigger? Is that
there's
All right, we
great
gotta get him out of here. Kick him
No,
off, man. Kick this
before he
racist
goes-
bitch up out of here.
Before he goes, there's a great reggae tune, right, by a guy called Cutty Ranks.
It's
And
called
it's
being your
called
ass. Cut your
That's
ranks.
called Dibby
Called being a
White Boy.
bitch. Called being a
Dibby
bitch.
White
Called being a
Boy.
bitch.
Tyrone,
It's called
Google
being a bitch.
Cutty Ranks, Dibby White Boy.
You're a fucking.
Hey, Tyrone,
bitch,
kick
bro.
this dude.
fucking
Kick this
pedo.
racist motherfucker up
You're
out
a
of here.
bitch,
You
bro.
like
This
punk?
racist pedo up out of here.
Fuck
You
out.
like
So,
pedo?
kick this racist, diabetes having ass, loose booty shit having ass motherfucker. Get this nigga up out of here.
See what I mean, Mike? And
So
I'm
is
from
it-
the
yeah,
same
we know what-
countries, pieces of
Right.
shit.
We
like
knew what
that.
it was. Now
I'm
see.
ashamed to be fucking British when people like that come on
Now
the
y'all
air.
see what it is. Soon as motherfuckers want to get mad, they want to start calling black folks a whole bunch of niggas.
Facts.
Soon as they get mad, that's when the shit really come out. Well, out of his ass too, but it appeared that he was pissing while sitting down. But you know, I ain't never seen no shit like this. This motherfucker sitting in this Tarantaduns with a t-shirt on, getting up, showing us his rocks and his cops and stone. This shit is retarded, man. And then how you gonna come on somebody? That's the shit I don't understand. How the fuck do you come on somebody else's channel, talking shit to them because you mad at something they trying to correct you on? And then guess what? Even if he wants to say that, you know, this guy's is such a gangster and this and the third, blah blah blah, you can't prove that shit. I'm talking about the guy.
He's been waiting to say nigger all night, mate.
Yeah,
trust me. I've been on his case. He made some good valid points about Tyson Fury and stuff like that. But every time you were talking, or Stormy, well, me or Tyrone, not that even Tyrone's even said much, he's fucking butted, and every time he's been waiting all night to say nigger, man. Trust me, I know people like him, mate. He's nothing.
Yeah, that's why he kept having his courage drink too. You know,
facts, Stormy, facts, bro.
He was building up toward it.
Yes, sir.
By the way, Mike, I'm still watching this Baranchyk and Ramos fight. They both knocked each other down. Ramos been down twice already, and Baranchyk been down once. And it looks like Ramos eats punches, man. So it's like I think Ugas is not going to have any problem with him at all.
Yeah.
No,
damn.
Ugas is a good fighter, man.
Let me read this comment real quick. This dude gonna say MJ, this inside the ropes guy. He gonna say MJ Law started being racist first. You had no issue with that. Don't let it be one rule for one and another rule for someone else. Well, I'm gonna tell you this. Inside the ropes. Hold up. Some guy in the chat. Just listen.
First.
No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Let me tell you something inside the ropes. If you are white, go walk around town saying nigga all day. Go ahead. In public. Yeah. Go walk at the job. Go around saying nigga all day. If you're white. That's the reason why you can't fucking say it. What does it mean? If you call somebody a white honky, what does it mean? What does it mean? Huh?
Honky means over here, Mike. It's just another word for like snowflake, something like that. It is racist.
Yeah.
It is
what does it mean?
Racist word, yeah.
What does it mean?
It's a racist word to white people.
It ain't over here.
Yeah, well, it's over here. Honky over here means like, just I suppose as a white person calling a black man a nigger.
Not over here.
Yeah, but yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you.
He was waiting for say nigger all night.
I'm gonna hit you up on it because there's never been a time that a black dude was calling the white man a honky while he was lashing his back up.
Yeah.
There's never been a time to where a black dude had a white man in slavery and at the same time calling him a honky.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why motherfuckers, that's why black folks go around saying that shit and they don't get fired. You say that shit if you white out in public and see what happened to your ass. Especially over here. So because you ain't got to worry about getting fired.
Thing is, Mike, I wasn't even gonna say anything like that till he called me a nigger. That's when I said, you fucking honky. He called me a nigger first. I didn't call him an honky. I called him a piece of shit.
I had to hide this one dude from the channel.
That's what I said, Mike. End of the day, Mike, I ain't down for that racist shit because end of the day, I'm half white myself. My mother's white. My dad's Jamaican. So how can I be racist? I wasn't born to be racist, but I was born to not take no shit from no one. If you call me a nigger, then I will fucking retaliate and call you a fucking honky or whatever race you are. You call me a nigger, I'm going to call it you're a racist name back in your religion. And that's what he called me first, Mike. He called me a nigger. After
put
calling
it
me a
like
fucking
this,
prick and
but
all
that's the-
kinds of names.
But that's the reason why I was trying to diffuse the situation, because like this dude want to come on people's channels and then like, you know, try to
Like, he's
dictate the
troll
talking
from the-
point and then
Yeah.
call people out of their names and then expect like nobody else to say nothing back. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, I don't know why folks they think that they want to. How do you get so invested into a conversation to where
He
that
was
you
a
think
troll
that?
from the beginning, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, they said he been bouncing off of everybody's channels like talking shit, and then
There
now
you go.
he literally took his shit. You know what I'm saying?
He only got up in his fucking 1970s fucking Steve Cram fucking pants. What the fuck was that? I was like, oh my God, I can't believe he just got up on social media in a pair of fucking granny fucking knickers.
He said granny knickers.
Fucking hell. You fucking embarrassing. And then he goes and fucking, like you said, like a girl, he goes and has a fucking, sits down on the toilet and has a wee. What the fuck, you know? Some fucked up people on this social media shit.
Yeah, that's probably him right there, Pigeon Mike Tyson. That's probably was him because he came in here. He came in here talking shit. So I had to get him up out of here. Oh yeah, that is him, Pigeon Mike Tyson. That is him because he said, "Get me back, discuss." So yeah, that was him. So I hit him up off the chat. If you want to unblock him later, Tyrone, you show can. Somebody, West Brown, Big Pat said, "Get me live, bro. I'm in casino." Yeah, I don't think he's supposed to be in a casino on live on the machines or at the gambling table. So we're gonna you know, keep it a buck with that. Plus, you need to be paying attention in there, man. You don't want to, you know, pay attention to us and lose your money. Curtis Anderson said, "What's up, Kurt? How you doing? How you been?" He said, "Boxing will make people show its true colors always." It's showing up dead because, you know, as soon as he got upset, you know, it slipped out, but I couldn't hear because Laws and them was going back and forth. But it seemed to me he said it, so I waited a little bit, and then he said it anyway. He said it again anyways multiple times, and he showed his little dingling, and he showed his commode. So he showed us the good old water closet. What else we got though? We got some Charlos coming up. Right?
Oh, fucking.
We got some Charlos coming up. You know, Derevchenko, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good fight. That.
Yeah, that's
I'm
gonna be
looking forward to that fight. That is a good fight, Mike.
That's gonna be. I hope
October, Mike. That fight.
26.
Yeah.
I just hope that they're not trying to ask for like, you know, $78 for this pay-per-view, even though it's a good fight, man. But I don't even know who's on the undercard.
Yeah. I haven't made that many videos just lately because the fights are all like October. All the good fights seem to be back end of September, October.
Yeah.
So I don't see the point in reporting on them fights yet until you get close to, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, because like right now, and this is when we're supposed to be getting like the build up to the fight and stuff like that. They should have been figured out a way how to get cameras in and still do a little excerpt, little 10-15 minute excerpt for the fight, either for both fighters or both combined. You know, I think that they should have been done something via Skype or some type of live stream and have these two fighters talk, you know what I'm saying, with each other and the teams and stuff like that. I don't be on ESPN anymore. I get predominantly my boxing information from Three Kings, Twitter, Michael Coppinger and Michael Benson, and you know, a couple of websites.
He's British, right? And he Michael Benson.
Yeah, he got a. I think his profile is a soccer. Soccer team
sports.
too.
Yeah,
but my whole thing is, I always wonder always wonder how they get their information. I'm gonna ask
Talk
Lion Killer.
Sports.
I'm gonna ask Lion Killer that, see if he know. Because
Talk Sports is who Michael Benson works for.
He works for Talk Sports.
Yeah, he works Talk Sport.
Isn't that where
British.
that one dude is at? That one forget his name. There's another boxing dude that be over there on Talk Sports, I think.
Bunty, Michael.
Yeah.
Steve Bunt.
Yeah.
Steve Bunt. Yeah. Talk Sports is it's a British. It's a British media company. It's the what you call the BBC, British Broadcasting Control. It's a TV channel over here, but they have radio channels. But the Talk Sports UK is what Michael Benson works for. He covers football, but he also covers a lot of boxing. It's pretty good, actually. Michael Benson is for Twitter. He's very good at reporting. He does report a lot of fake news, Mike, but he's very good at reporting if something does happen, like when Fat Dusty Miller popped dirty. He was one of the first
that's what
people.
I was saying. That's what I was saying. Is how do they? They gotta have. You gotta have somebody in the inside or somebody from these camps, and somebody willing to take a quick dollar or something like that, because there's a lot of information from Michael Benson and Michael Coppinger that gets put out there that they shouldn't even be the first ones to even know. You know what I'm saying? And that just shows you that loose lips do sink ships. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of loosely discussions and stuff like that. I haven't read too many Michael Coppinger or Michael Benson. I don't even articles. I don't know if Michael Benson writes articles, but pretty sure he dibbles and dabbles. But I haven't heard. I just don't understand it, man. It's like, I know you got to have some type of media person and stuff like that, and somebody to put out stuff. But I don't see how, if it's not through sports talk, that it makes money. Maybe sports talk got a podcast on Siri or Spotify or iTunes or something like that. But if I had a podcast, I wouldn't be on. I probably go to iHeart. I wouldn't go to Spotify or iTunes.
They have, Mike. They have. They've got one. If you're on Android, Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, download. There's an app called Cast. Fucking hell, it's called some Cast Pro or something. Procast. And fucking hell, what's it called? I'll screenshot you later and send it to you. It's on Android. It's called Cast Pro or something. And if you go on there, the BBC podcast is on there from TalkSport and BBC 5 Live, which Benson's on there. Michael Benson's on there with Steve Bunt. He does. I'm not saying he does it with Steve Bunt, but I know for a fact both of them are on there and they do live podcast talking on boxing. Cast Pro, it's called, Mike. I'm gonna get it up and I'll.
What the fuck? I'm just kind of astonished because I'm reading these chats, and Westbourne, Big Pat, and this Pigeon Mike Tyson.
Yeah, I think this guy has a ton of accounts. Man.
Who's that? Get the fuckers on, man. Let's roast them. Yeah, no. Get them on. Let's roast them.
Like if y'all don't, if you. we can see.
I can't see the chat, see, because I'm on my phone.
We can see how many people is watching. You ain't got to tell us there's only 5 people watching. We came here to discuss boxing amongst ourselves and stuff like that, like we always do. We don't be counting view counts and the like button. You know what I'm saying? That's not how we get down. We come up over here and try to create some discussion with boxing. If people happen to come by and want to chime in and stuff like that and give their opinion or want to get on the panel and be respectful.
The fuckers don't know that all of us have got channels. The fucking silly bastards.
I just don't know how. What's bro Pig Bet? I don't care if you get 700 views daily. That doesn't mean you put out good content, man.
Facts.
And you know, for you to come over here and try to throw all this stuff in our face, it just shows you that you know maybe you have a point to prove to us.
Drop a link to your channel, then, bitch. Drop a link to your channel if you're getting 700 views a day. Drop a link to your channel. That's all. Have a laugh. I fucking hate trolls, me. Get them on, Tyrone. Let's roast them, man.
No, he don't want. He don't want to get on. The link way up over there if you want to get on. But if it's that other that pigeon dude, man, you gotta go.
Pedo, man.
We don't care if you get. What is your point? Westbourne Pig Pat. What is your point for telling me you get 700 likes, links an hour? What does that mean? 700 links an hour. You get 700 links sent to you, like HTML links sent to you, or do you actually get 700 views? Like for somebody to come over here to try to throw some 700 views or links at somebody to try to. Oh, he's wasted. Man, you know what?
I can't even see the chat because I'm on my phone.
Who are you?
Yeah, he's that pedo, that brummy pedo who was on my phone.
Oh yeah, that got to be him because he's saying you got destroyed. I don't know how anybody got. See? That's another thing it's like
trolls. It's great,
when you're doing boxing discussion and shit like that on social media, your main objective is not to come on somebody's channel and to prove the other side wrong. Your main objective to come on somebody's channel is to come on somebody's channel and have a healthy dialogue. Talk boxing. You know, you from the UK, we from the US, we mixed up over here. You can get on over here and you can add to the discussion. Or you can not add to
I'll roast the motherfucker.
Or you cannot add to the discussion and then just be a time wasted because people want to come over here and start calling people morons and shit like that because they don't want to agree because they don't agree with somebody's opinion or they don't agree with the actual facts that's in their motherfucking face. But then, you know, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
If that pedo might want to get on my channel, look up Loz D Punch Out TV. I've got a channel, you bitch. You want to come on there, mate? I'll roast you again. If you want to get on, fuck you. I'll roast him. He was nothing but.
Listen, fellas. Listen, I got to get ready for my show, but I want to say thanks for Tyrone for letting me come on. Salute to you, Mike. Salute to you, Laws, man.
Yeah, salute, Stormy.
Gotta get ready for the show.
Hey, Stormy B, man. I know you sit behind the desk on your show. Just make sure you got your fucking pants on. Just in case you got to get up.
Always. All right, fellas.
Peace, Stormy.
Peace out.
Yeah, I'll be over there.
Stormy.
Yeah, I think he got it. I kind of feel stupid now letting him on. I didn't know that he was on other people.
Yeah, they said
I was on from here. I was trying to get ready to go to the gym. That's why I was on mute.
Yeah, because Derek Bailey said that Eagles Web had to scalp him earlier.
Yeah, there you go, Dan. Nothing but salute Derek Bailey.
Yeah,
nothing but troll.
Well, we missed out on that. We missed out. Derek Bailey probably told us in the chat, but we probably skipped it. So.
I can't see the chat, Max. I'm on my phone.
I probably missed it, but
Well, I'm gonna dip me.
Yeah.
What are you doing? You're going over to Stormy's, John. I'm gonna dip over to Stormy's.
Yeah. I'll probably cut this in like.
How many fucking accounts did this fucker got? Damn, he's back.
He's a pedo, Mike.
Yo,
you know what makes me laugh? Tyrone,
how the fuck you find these dudes?
Tyrone, he finds trolls.
What is he now?
He just said y'all. He said something about coons. He said y'all coons. He just wrote coons.
Yeah, your mama's a fucking coon.
Sure.
And she's sucking on the end of my fucking dick, you punk bitch.
Let him say his piece or whatever. So I don't know what his issue was. I mean, people should.
He was waiting to say nigger all night. He was.
Okay. Yeah.
And then he finally said it, didn't he? He was waiting all night to say nigger. That's what he was. I was on his. I had that fucking Honky Boy's fucking card marked from day one. I mean, marked.
Aside from him cutting into what everybody else was saying, I mean, he seemed okay until, I came back because the sound from my headphones were so loud. And I was like, what's going on here? And then I saw you cammed up and he was cammed up and then he showed his dick or whatever. And I was like, what?
Yeah, he stood up, he had his grandma's knickers on, didn't he?
The motherfucker looked like he had a thong on.
Yeah, he was nearly doing an Oscar De La Hoya. He was just missing the fishnets and the utensils up his back door and the high heels. He was nearly there. He was halfway to doing the De La Hoya. Spatulas up his ass, and then fishnet tights, and then my heels. The fucking clown telling me he's a gangster. I'm 6'4", 50 years old. You're nothing. I'm a gangster. And then he stands up, and I've seen the worst fucking pants I've ever seen in my life. I don't even think my granny wore knickers like that. What the fuck were they? You fucking weirdo. Get the fuck up out of here. Jesus Christ. Man, I'm going to bounce anyway. Love you and leave you. Right. Peace, Tyrone. Peace, Derek Bailey. Peace, Mike. And peace to Granny Knickers.
Yeah, I'll see y'all later.
Yeah, thanks for everybody coming out, man. Thanks for Mike keeping the discussion going. And
hey, Tyrone, before you bounce, bro, I'm going to fucking pre-record this. I'm going to shame this. I'm going to do a video on this. You watch. I'll do a video tomorrow. I'll screen record it. I'll do a video.
Yep.
I'll do a video on him. I'll do a BFTB on him.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
The real files.
Yeah, the real P files, pedophiles, not petty files, pedophiles.
I get, yeah. Just go take it off my channel. However you do it, just take it off, and then
we'll
put it on your thing.
Yeah, we'll do, bro. Please.
Yeah. I think
see you in a bit.
Go
on, Tyrone. What are you saying?
Yeah, if you need help, I'll try to find it. I should be able to download my whole thing, and then I can send you clips if you need that, or if you're able to do it by yourself, that's fine.
Yeah. As long as you leave it up, I'll just screen record it.
It'll be up. Yep.
I'll just screen record it, and then I'll copy and paste his face, and then I'll put fucking dick in his mouth, a cock in his ear. I'll get him tomorrow, man.
All right.
Uncle Fester. Uncle Fester all dressed up in polyester.
Motherfucking, oh god, Jesus.
All right, Derek Bailey, Lawrence Williams.
So
side of the road.
We'll crucify him tomorrow. Peace.
Stormy, Curtis Anderson. Am I missing anybody else? Mike Laws, you guys. Bacon and Eggs, who's up? Thanks, man. Yeah, there was a guy Bacon and Eggs. Ringside Boxing, MXBC. Thank you. Yeah, everybody out here, man. Thanks for joining the stream. Thanks for you two guys being on my channel. Stormy. I'll be on his tonight. And yeah, peace out.
Right.
Peace out. Peace.